Welcome, adventurers, to our long-awaited 34th episode of The Rising Hand. It's been a while. It's good to see you all again, and I look forward to getting back into this with you all. I put a lot of work into this session, so I hope you enjoy. Now, with that being said, who would like to do we might not need it, but who would like to do the recap for last time?
I don't have very good notes for last time, honestly.
It was mostly just the trials. Everybody passed.
Yep.
Let's go.
We had a total of 3 trials that our final group of possible anointed went through. The first one, they had to grow a plant in order to reach a domed ceiling that allowed them to go into the next chamber. They all succeeded using virtually the same methods. The second was a test of intelligence in which the group had to decide which of a selection of staffs was the Archmage's staff. Very different results all around the board for this one, but all of our members, some by the skin of their teeth, managed to proceed. And in the last chamber, it was a test of, some would say morality, some would say pacifism, in which the group, some through violent means and some through simple means, managed to walk past the fog guardians guarding the door and enter. Now, since all of you have come out of the door, you've been relaxing in this chamber that you now know is the Chamber of the Enclave, resting above Parliament, circular chamber with richly appointed leather furniture all around, bookshelves lining the walls, and a large oak table in the center around which the Enclave generally sit. At this point, everyone has been out of the doors for a little while now, and as with last time, the group has somewhat been socializing with the Enclave and each other, just talking and having a few celebratory drinks if you choose to. It's been probably about 30, 45 minutes since you walked out the doors. If there's anything you'd like to talk about or anyone you'd like to speak to, now's the time. If not, we'll move on.
I go up to Logan. Can I have my stuff back now that you've accomplished this?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I'm actually proud.
Thanks, Lex. I really appreciate it. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Okay, but my stuff?
My hand, her stuff.
All right, thanks. And then I put it in my bag.
Easy is what I say.
What was easy?
Matt, I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What was easy? What do you mean?
The trials, easy peasy for all of us.
Oh, what did you have to do?
Plant a flower.
Okay, so gardening. Sounds hard.
And we had to touch the ceiling by growing the flowers super big. And then,
Okay.
what was the middle one? I know the last one we just had to walk through a door that was being protected by people that only attack.
Taking the staff. Choosing the staff.
Oh yeah, the staff. Oh, I just
Man, this is not fair. For their trial, they got to garden, they got to go shopping, and they got to just walk through a door.
What? I love gardening.
I know, that would have been so cool. But we had to jump 30 feet and slam into poles.
And then we
and
had to
kill
get a key.
Either a skeleton or someone. Then
From
you
a
had
really
to go through
tiny
a little
hole?
tiny hole. Yeah, that is way harder.
I
I
mean,
would have liked to shop for stabs.
to be fair, they had to make it easy for Nofarin because he would have just apricotted out.
Aha!
Yeah, that's true, because he said apricot.
That's funny.
Right.
Damn,
Okay,
not friend.
moving on.
So what do we do now? You're muted,
Baby, you're
Lucarad.
muted.
Fuck. Luhrad stands up from one of the chairs he was sitting at around the table and clasps his hands together in front of him and says, "All right, everyone. Well, it's been nice hanging out with you all, but I believe it's time to welcome our newest batch of anointed into the fold. You were here for the last one only a few days ago. You remember the drill. Please come over here." He points to an area on the rug. "Kneel, and we'll get this over with, shall we?"
Oh, I have a quick question. You know how like you gave me that ingot last time? Like, could I get another one so my gloves can match?
That's not how this works.
Okay, I figured I should ask.
Also, is kneeling required for gnomes because I'm so short already, or should I still do it?
It's tradition. You should-
Okay. I just got bad knees sometimes.
Right. So you guys go kneel, the four of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I just go when I go down to kneel.
As you guys go over, B-Rad behind you, the Luharad stands. Behind Tito, Atior. Behind Logan, Ovidel. And behind Narfarin, we'll say, yeah, Nistrea walks and stands behind you. Like before, Baronin steps forward and, holding his hands outward, summons a large bowl
Matt,
containing
did you say Nistrea?
What?
Did you say
Yeah.
Nistrea? Isn't she
Mhm.
the dead one?
No, that's Esavera.
Uh,
Yeah, Nistrea is alive. She's the only other human other than Aluharad.
those were the twins, right?
Yeah, no, she's not one of the twins. Neither of the twins are engaging here.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
All good. The bowl of thick pearlescent liquid appears in his hands, and he places it gingerly on the floor in front of the kneeling party. Aluharad, Atior, Obadel, and Nistrea kind of lean forward and all dip their hands, completely submerging them in the bowl, bringing them out, and they have a coating of the pearlescent liquid on their hands. As before, Baronin then moves behind the members of the Enclave, who are in front of the group of our kneeling party, and holds his hands out, summoning both a scepter and a quill, a golden quill, in his hands. Standing in front of the first of the party, which we'll say is Narfarin, Nistrea holds her hand up, and Baronin dips the quill into the liquid on her hand. You see the liquid, again, completely be sucked into the quill. And he stands before Narfarin, looks you in the eye, and says, "This council welcomes you." The others of the Enclave say, repeating, "Mind, body, and soul." He then formally asks you, "Your name, please."
Narfarin Dragonar.
He takes the quill and with his right hand traces out your name, and you watch as your name is left hovering in the sky in this thick opalescent liquid. Then as you watch, the name begins to lose shape and condense in on itself. It slowly rotates in a circle, and you recognize the shape as a seed of indeterminate plant-like origin, but a seed nonetheless. And as you watch it slowly sit and rotate, you see shoots branch out from the seed in different places, the seed shell itself cracking open until it grows outwards in a rough semicircle, then continues further back, forming what looks to be a circlet of a kind. As you continue to watch, smaller shoots jump out of this as well, and flowers of this same opalescent liquid pop out. Over the course of 5 to 7 seconds, this takes place, and what you're left with is, though uniform in color, aside from the opalescent sheen present in the medium that it is being crafted out of, a circlet of lilac. Casting
Nice.
casting your memory years back. It looks like one you were given in the past. It floats down and rests on the floor in front of you.
I'll
Moving
pick it
to
up.
the next person, who we'll say is Tito. Atior raises his hand, and Veronin touches the quill down, and the liquid is sucked up the same way as before. This council welcomes you. Mind, body, and soul, the group repeat.
Mind, body, and soul.
Your name, please.
Tito Tilly.
He nods gently and then writes your name in the air. The act of your item creating itself is a bit more chaotic looking than that of Narfrin's. It loses shape and begins to amorphously flow throughout the air, slowly elongating and rotating in on itself over and over again. It takes about 10 seconds for yours to materialize, and by the end, it is a long, very, very thin, almost like a thread piece of this opalescent material. As you watch, it coils, wrapping around itself, creating a rough coil, I guess, of this almost wire-like thing, and it drops to the floor in front of you. Moving down the line to Logan. Same ritual is completed. This council welcomes you. Mind, body, and soul. Your name, please.
Logan yawn.
Takes the quill and gently writes your name in the air. And as you watch it deform, it's almost violent, the way that it was created. Almost as if something was striking the liquid floating in the air, forming your name. And it reforms over and over again. It reminds you very similarly of someone moving metal with a hammer. Eventually, rough contours begin to take shape of a circle and several smaller circles going away from it. And over the course of however long it takes, probably around 15 seconds with this one, you see the shape of, perfectly created, a familiar set of manacles. Hand restraints, basically, handcuffs, with thick iron bars that wrap around your hands. But in this case, it's only one arm and 3 or 4 lengths of chain coming off of it to float. Broken. It rests on the floor in front of you. Moving on to Brad and Alufarad. Holds up his hand and the ritual is completed again. This council welcomes you. Mind, body, and soul, the group repeat. Your name, please.
My name is Battle Ready Attack Droid, aka Brad.
Would you prefer I write it out? Or
Yes,
shall I use the abbreviation?
you can use the abbreviation. Either one.
Well, it's rather important. Which do you prefer?
The full name, if we're doing legal documents.
So he begins in a much smaller script to write out Battle Ready Attack Droid in the air. It takes him a bit longer than anyone else's name. So once he's done spelling it out, he kind of looks down at Brad and looks back up at it. And you watch as somehow, very uncharacteristically, this liquid gently swirls, almost beautifully, in the air before almost a wall begins to form around it, around the liquid core in the center. So this wall is made of the same pearlescent liquid, but seems to be translucent. You can see through it to the more remaining liquid in the center. And it condenses and condenses and condenses until what is left is looks to be a bottle, almost a potion bottle, about this high, wrapped and all made of the same material, but around the edges where the glass would be, it's somewhat translucent. And in the center is a thick, syrupy liquid. Looks the same as what was in the bowl, though perhaps a bit thicker, more condensed. There's a cork in the top, and I say cork. It's made of the same metal that, for instance, Zapper's ingot was made of, shoved hard down into the bottle so it's flush with the opening. It gently floats down and rests on the floor in front of you. As you all sit there with your newly found items, Ronan raises his voice and says, "Rise, O anointed, and take your first steps into history." Kind of steps
I take
back.
a couple steps.
The others stand up as well as you guys stand. Aluharad and Atior both pat B-Rad and Tito on the back as they stand. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we would, this is Aluharad. We would love to stay and mingle with you some more, but we have urgent business to attend to in terms of the school. So if you would please exit, and of course we'll see you at the Veataris whenever you decide to make a visit.
Yeah. So what are these like objects that were created?
That is something
Exactly.
for you to decide, not for us to tell you.
Oh. Are they magical?
Do they seem magical?
I mean, you made them out of like ink.
Veronin steps forward. You say we made them. That is technically
Or did
incorrect.
we make them?
They were made for you. And you certainly had a part in their creation.
Oh.
Ask your friends about theirs. I wonder how much they've figured out about theirs in the past few days since they were created.
Okay. Will do.
Feel free to call on us if you need anything, but if not, any kind of just polite gestures towards the transportation chamber in the corner of the room.
So what happened with your objects, you guys? Are they there?
I mean, I turned mine into the gauntlet.
I'll walk up and go put the circlet on my head and wear it.
Okay.
I'll walk up to Narfa and say, I could probably make your hair look really good with that circlet.
Probably.
Just a thought.
I'll take the wand of the woodlands out of my bag or whatever, and I'll hand it back to her.
Thanks. Did it help?
No, but it's the thought that counts. I
Okay.
did not have to use it.
Okay, I'll reattune to it tonight. Thank you. And then I head towards the chamber.
Tito, what you get? A wire?
It looks like a thread.
Oh.
What?
It looks like a
All of this and I just get a thread? What the heck?
Tito. It looks like a lute string.
A lute string? Oh. It does look like a lute string.
Uh-huh.
You sure it's a lute, not a
Or
lyre?
it could be like just really good string.
Should I attach it to my G string? Oh wait.
It is the exact length for a lute string.
Wow. Like the note G.
Never do
Hey,
it, Tito.
what you wear is your business.
No, hey. All right, my E string. Isn't that a string?
Too late, starting on G.
I don't know what lute strings are tuned to.
Probably it is, yeah.
So do you guys, as they requested, exit?
Yes.
Okay. You all enter the circular transportation chamber, and as you have done a couple times before, you wait as the chamber makes its way back to the ground floor, leading out into the large halls of Parliament. You step outside to dusk outside. It's getting quite dark. There aren't many people out on the streets at this point, except for a few people in the kind of area just in front of Parliament who seem to be making their way back to their homes.
As we're walking, I walk up to Core. Hey, Core.
Well,
I just wanted to say thanks, because, I mean, if it wasn't for you, all of us wouldn't have been able to become members of the Feataris, or whatever they call it.
what do you mean?
Well, you talked to them and convinced them that we could speak with them, and just wanted to say thanks.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we would have figured it out eventually, right?
I mean, maybe. Probably. Yeah.
But, you know, I appreciate it.
Now we can all go to the library together.
So many books.
I don't think I'm gonna read a single one.
I can't wait to see the library.
Do you even know how to read,
Oh, yeah,
Tito?
do you have that book that I loaned you? Because I'm gonna get it back.
I'm good.
Okay.
Also, whenever I do get the chance to restring the lute string, I'm gonna do the bottom one, which is the G string.
As you guys are walking away, before you get too far away, maybe 50 or 60 feet away, you hear footsteps coming from behind you, running footsteps. You turn to look, and Aluharad is running up to you. Sorry, I forgot. What's your plan? Where are
I
you
think
going?
that's what we have to figure out next.
That's a good question.
What's your plan?
Well, I'm, as I said before, perfectly willing to come with you to Stale, find the dragon. I believe Atior would come with us as well. It wouldn't take much convincing.
And if we don't choose the dragon?
I won't be going with you.
All right.
Well, I think our best plan is to go to Stale, but I guess we'll talk about it.
Let me know what you decide.
We'll let you know as soon as we make a decision.
All right. Enjoy your evening. And he turns around and walks back towards Parliament.
So what are we choosing between?
What are our options besides going to Stale?
Reading.
Going to the
Eventide.
Well, I mean, I think we can read a little bit first either way. Eventide. Why do we want to go to Eventide?
That's where this guy's from. And I point to Clarebold.
I feel like Clarebold would probably want to like make sure everybody's safe and then go home.
I think Clarebold can speak for himself.
Yeah, I know, but like he's not very loud right now, so I'm just thinking what he might be thinking. He'll probably let us know.
That's fair. He might not even know.
I think the dragon poses more threat than anything.
Let's see.
Can we take a dragon? What kind of dragon is this?
It would be pretty lame if we just all got anointed here and then we just left them in danger to this dragon. But that's just
Yeah,
me.
plus guys, you know like my cool helmet, right? The dragon helmet I've got right here.
Looks very nice.
Everybody
Yep.
sees it, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Shiny.
when I was like, didn't know what to do earlier, like, what, 3 or 4 days ago. I went to the forge and I was just talking to Onatar and saying, guide me, guide me, guide me. And I kind of went into a trance and I made a dragon helmet. So I'm pretty sure Onatar is saying, go get the dragon.
I'm fine with whatever the group wants to
Now,
do. I just
just
want to
to
go home.
refresh your memory a little bit, you know of 3 dragons. Not just this one. There's the dragon that lives in the mountains that border between Eventide and what is this country called? Sheador.
Theodore.
And the dragon that lives in the lake outside of Basin Fair, in the Dragon's Basin. And then there's the Black Dragon.
And
The
the
first one
black
you've already
dragon is
heard.
the one that
The
attacked.
first one I think you've actually
Theodore.
seen. The second one you haven't
the
seen,
ocean
you just heard rumors of, and then the third one is the black one.
But we want the black one that attacked.
Let's go kill it.
Like I said, I'll do
I
whatever.
mean,
Let's just
there's
hope
a
it
lot
brings
of
us
us,
home.
and we've got 2 like master mages coming with us.
Is there a way to train the dragon?
I don't know how to train your dragon.
Maybe we can find a book.
When you all went to the Theataris, were there any potion makers there to possibly give us like fire resistance potions or something like that?
Trust me, I've been living on
Or like
Yeah, but
dragon
you have
breath
to pay
potion.
for it.
Oh, okay.
And I think, isn't it mostly just components to make the potion since it's a school to learn?
Yeah, they probably can sell you the things to make it.
I don't
we
remember
go to
there.
the
I know there's a
library?
shop, but what time is it, DM?
He said dusk, I think,
Like
right?
dusk.
Dusk. Okay.
Can we
Yeah,
go to the
I mean, we can go to the
library?
library.
Okay.
I'm down to like chill today because I got a long rest before we do anything.
We'll probably leave to do whatever we do tomorrow unless we decide to stay longer to study.
Okay.
So we're going to the library.
Yes. Yes.
To the library.
Okay. You guys begin to make your way first west and then north across the bridge. Those of you crossing the barrier for the first time do so with some trepidation. Tito especially holds his hand out first to kind of like touch the wall, being that he got knocked off of it once. You all pass through without incident and cross the long bridge on the way to the Beataris. As it has been before, when you get about 10 feet away from the doors, they swing open of their own accord, revealing the blackness of a teleportation portal. As you step through, all of you, though some of you for the first time, are greeted by the main entryway of the Beataris, with its doors surrounding the outside, wall hangings in blue, red, and green, and the massive glyph-filled rug in the center, blue with gold glyphs.
Looking for rats.
Make a perception check.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's been so long I forgot my plus. 23.
No rats. You step through the first door on your right, heading into the large library. And those of you that have seen it, you've seen it. Those of you that haven't, it is a circular library, the bottom layer being taken up mostly by study tables and some small stacks of books where people have left them after studying. The upper levels are a stretching up to the ceiling library with shelves and books, more than you could ever read in a lifetime. Fireplaces and small reading nooks all the way around the outside. What would you like to do?
Well, guys, this is it.
How does it work? Do we just go take something off the shelf and go ask the librarian lady?
Like books.
Oh, so you go like this.
So you hold your hand out and ask for a book.
A book on tieflings, just one.
But you don't have to say just one.
Hey,
Well, then like 5,000 come flying at you and you have to catch them all, and I don't believe everyone's as dexterous as I am.
from
Does that
about
really happen?
Hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
a book from about halfway up one of the shelves pops out. It's red and then shoom, sinks down and lands in your hand.
See, that's how it works.
Book about magical music.
A small book, probably about this big, detaches itself from one of the higher shelves, and you can see a cloud of dust kind of poof out as it exits the shelf. It flies down and lands in your hand.
Cool.
Could I get a book about dragons?
Same kind of thing happens. It's a larger book, much fatter this time. Comes out and hits your hand with a thud, and you're kind of reflexively catch it. It's a pretty heavy book.
I want to sit down and
Books.
start reading it.
On how to be the best Warforged ever.
Nothing happens.
Warforged.
You see, looking up, 4 books detach from various places and come rocketing towards you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
What is the name of my book?
Just one?
Yeah, just one dex save.
I can advantage. Oh no, that's a saving throw.
Ooh, Tito, I know what the name of your book is. One sec.
Well,
I also tell the library, take the book back. Here you go. Don't need it.
Tito, your book is called The Forgotten Song. What was your dex save?
well,
12. Okay. You managed to dodge a couple of the books. One of them glances off your shoulder as you kind of get out of the way. They all end up on the floor in a pile. You see one student who you didn't notice before sitting in one of the reading nooks kind of looks over, slowly turns back to her book that she has on her lap.
I'll raise my hand up and I'll ask for a book on black dragons.
Yeah, you do receive a book. It's old and cracked in places. The binding is broken. It's a very dark book with a faded and much abused engraving of a black dragon in flight on the front.
If I open it, am I able to read the language inside? Like what language is the text?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Druidic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Giant.
No, you cannot read it.
Does it look like anything that I've seen before? Like Draconic? I think we've seen Draconic before.
It has some similarities to what you would recognize as Draconic.
Okay. Can I raise my hand and ask for a black dragon book that I can read? Does the library do that?
Can you not read that one?
No,
What language is it in?
I don't know.
Can I see?
Sure. I'll hand it to her.
Is it in Draconic?
Yep.
I can read it. I can read this one.
Might be a good idea for us to learn what's inside before we go.
Wait,
Oh man.
I have an idea. Hold on. Let me check something. Damn it. Okay. Never mind.
Good try, whatever you're gonna do.
I'm gonna try to cast comprehend language on you, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to check that out, Color, I think it would be a good idea for us before we go.
So much reading. Fine.
Does anybody else speak Draconic who can read it instead if you don't want to read it?
Ooh, I speak.
I mean, obviously, Zafir can. I think.
I think Hezrin can speak Draconic
Yeah,
too.
I can read it if you want.
Okay.
Are we
I
in-
don't want to.
Are we in a hurry to read it?
No.
Okay.
She just doesn't want to read it.
Nope.
I could read it really fast.
Yeah, I mean, I can just. I'll read it if you want. I don't care.
I
Okay.
just think it would be a good idea before we go to know some
Okay,
more information
cool.
about
I'm
them.
gonna cast enhance ability on myself. Be extra smart,
I cast bless.
hopefully.
Did you hear that, Sappher?
I cast bless.
Yeah, I cast bless. Okay, that's a D4, right? 17.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else actively reading that wants to make a roll?
Yeah, but I had to.
Me.
Okay.
What do my books say? What do they look like?
Your book is in common.
Is it one book or 4 books?
Oh, there are 4 books. Yes. Sorry. Looking through them, a couple of them seem to be more political in nature, talking about the morality of creating sentient beings. One of them is more of a biology kind of thing, discussing how Warforged are created and what keeps their bodies working, lifespan, maintenance, that kind of thing. And one of them is a more of a kind of general tell-all book about Warforged, from their creation all the way down to some general stuff about what their personalities are generally like, what they do for fun, that kind of thing. Kind of baby's first Warforged book, but obviously a scholarly text.
Ow. Well, everybody's reading. I have something I would like to do.
Okay.
I go up to Lex. Lex? What were you looking for before? I saw you looking at the floor.
Rats.
You've told me about that, I think, right? You told the group about it? Yeah. Are you looking for that rat you saw the other night?
Yeah, but they're on the case, so I was just, if I passed it, I'd take
Yeah,
care
but I
of
was
it.
thinking, like, what if I became a rat? And went looking for another rat.
I think that's like that whole needle in a haystack situation.
Not do.
Yeah. Or what if I became a bird that was looking for a rat? Birds like rats, right?
Are you good at finding rats?
But rats don't like
As
birds.
a bird. Huh?
I said, but rats don't like birds. They'll run away.
Yeah. But then I could just become something else and trap the rat.
We go with stick.
Huh.
Stick? You think stick would help?
I mean, if she's going as a rat, you know, two small creatures against one.
Stick's a girl.
That's true. There could be a whole crew.
Yeah.
And a Tito.
What?
3 small creatures.
Give
You
them
could
a
also become a creature as well.
Aren't you reading?
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
Sorry, I get distracted.
you could teach stick how to fight.
Well, I was just thinking it could be fun to look for the bird. I mean, look for the rat as a bird. I think
Well-
I can do that now.
If you feel like it, by all means. But I mean, I think it came out at night. mean, it's kind of dusky, I suppose.
Yeah.
But as much as I hate to say it, I kind of wanted to look up what Nothern was talking about that fire resistance.
Huh. Everybody wants to read.
Oh, I don't want to read. I thought he knew something, so I was gonna have him do something.
Oh. Okay. Well, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'll just sit here.
Those of
Dick
you
will
that are
go with
not
you.
actively reading or part of this conversation, see Clarabelle just start to walk away towards the door.
Where's he going?
I don't fucking know. I'm not his caretaker.
I wasn't reading, so I'll go follow after him. I'm not really interested in reading at all, so I'll go follow after him.
Sure.
Now that you have access.
Yeah, I'm not concerned.
Do I know where to find Veronin?
I'll go with Narvern.
I was actually going to follow as well.
Okay.
Just 4 people following each other.
Yeah.
I'll call out to. Oh, is Nate gonna go ahead? The Veronin thing.
Yeah, just Nathan doesn't remember, but I bet Core remembers where to find Veronin.
I believe you guys now have access to call his room in the transportation chamber. So you can just go in there, press the Veronin button, and be brought to his study.
I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do that first or later, but
Let's say you're doing that now. Anybody else that's reading, tell me what you're reading about and give me your rolls.
I didn't ask, but I'm assuming the book that I got was in a language I can read before I sat down and started reading it. Okay. I'm just reading anything about dragons, and if I see anything familiar about the dragons that I know are here.
You're going to try to read about the 3 specific dragons that you know of, or
I'm gonna read all of it in general, but specifically looking for things that like connect to the 3.
Okay.
I'm reading one of the non-political books.
Which one?
Not the one that's Baby's First Warforged. The other one.
So the one that talks about how they are created, their origins,
Yeah.
I think, and what keeps them running.
Mm-hmm. What's the roll again?
It's an intelligence check. Logan, you can make yours as well.
Is it intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14.
Okay, not bad.
I was a 9.
Matt, do I need to roll 2 for my book?
Oh, if you're reading it, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to use my inspiration. Reroll that. Oh, a natural 1 instead. So do I use the better of the 2, or do I
Inspiration is just a reroll.
reroll? Okay, so natural 1 plus 3.
Wow.
Or 1, I mean.
Plus 1?
Mm-hmm. There's
So
the
2?
Intelligence check.
2. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna call out to Clarabelle when he's leaving.
What was yours, Logan?
I think she said
It
9.
was a 9.
9. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you catch up to Clarabelle in the main entryway. He's about to step through the portal. And you kind of call out to him.
Where are you going?
Well, while everybody's preparing for the dragon, I have a few things I need to prepare.
The other 2 people who are following walk up as well.
Did you need anybody to come with you?
I don't need anybody to come with me, but
So I don't want
welcome
to. I don't want to impose.
No, come on. I'm good. This isn't a secret mission. No. I just gotta see if I can, do something else to help out the kids real quick before we leave for a little while.
What kids?
The ones in the Dwarven Quarter.
All right, you went to help the kids.
I would be fine with doing this. I like children.
Well, we're not going to see them today. That's in the morning. You can come in the morning if you would like to.
I would be down with that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I can set them up with a more permanent solution.
Let's do it.
Well,
I will come.
I think I'm just going to go to the Earth Mother Temple and hang out for a while. You know, commune with nature.
Also a good idea. Lex, are you coming?
I suppose so. With you guys, not Earth Mother. I don't. I talked to her once.
She's cool, right?
I mean, she saved
Right.
your life.
Yeah.
So I guess that was a win.
Or the wind. Get it?
Because I'm an air genasi?
No.
No. Well, actually, you probably should worship the Earth Mother.
No.
Just a thought.
Not the way that my life's worked out. Mm.
We'll see about that. Then I walk away.
Alright. I follow Core.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Gotta go to Veronan's room.
Hell yeah.
Sure. So we will, as the other group is reading and you guys are deciding kind of where you want to go, Hezrian and Kor step into the transportation chamber and see the button for Baron's office, touching it, and they are rocketed upwards, eventually stopping in front of the door that they know is the entry to his office. Stepping through, you are welcomed by a room that doesn't look too dissimilar to the one that I am sitting in right now on my video. Fire gently crackling in the fireplace, although there is a desk in front of that with a large leather chair behind it. It is empty.
Well,
Guess he's not here.
can I? You want to go check maybe the chamber at the top or whatever?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. I'd be down.
Okay.
Uh,
As you guys turn to step away, you hear a slight crackling in the air, and Baronin is standing in the center of the room.
oh,
Sheesh.
Did you need something?
Yes.
yeah, you first. Go ahead.
Me first.
Well, I can go. Yeah, sure. I was wondering if you were familiar with a god. His name is her name. I don't know. Kiri Jolith.
I'm sorry, I don't think I am.
Okay. I guess you only have like one temple, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just trying to maybe commune with this god. You see, my god was very kind of barbaric from where I was from, the town in my time, Noho, and I think I want to get to know this other god a little bit better.
Hmm.
You have any suggestions?
What was the name?
Kiri Jolith. The one that
Jolith. I can say for certain there's no temple to that god here. Otherwise, I would know more about it. What kind of god is Kiri Jolith? What?
Also called the Horned One. The
The
symbol
horned.
bison horns.
Doesn't ring any further bells for me. What is their domain?
He is the god of honor and war. That's really all I know. You know Hurugek.
I do.
Well, he's like kind of the you know, other half of the coin of Hrugek. They live in symbiotic relationship, or maybe just tolerate each other. But Hrugek is more, how you say, like evil.
Hmm.
And Kiri Jolith is like more of a good god. Lawful good, if you will.
I see. It is possible that our library has something that might satisfy your curiosity.
Yes, that is where I found out about this.
That makes sense. Generally, gods like Hrugek are not as celebrated in this country, if you know what I mean.
Right. Really, any country except for like the evil ones, you know.
Right. Considered more barbaric, so to speak.
Yes.
You might have better luck in Stale if you
Okay.
choose to go.
Okay. Well, good information to know. And I believe my friend has a question or something.
Yes,
You need-
Hezrian, you need something as well?
Yo, what's up, Ronan? Did you ever get a chance to look at that orb I lent you?
Yesterday?
Was it yesterday? Oh man, yeah, just time gets away from me. Yeah, never mind. Just take your time.
Not yet. Hopefully by the next time I see you, I will
All right.
been able to ascertain more.
Appreciate it. Oh, well, that was all from me. I don't know about Core if he has anything else.
One last thing. I was plenty with the book you gave me. Any tips, any pointers on how to activate any sort of insight on it? I've been trying to concentrate on it for like hours on end. Doesn't do anything. Well, for concentrating, I don't know.
Kind of smiles to himself. Sometimes you can gain greater insight by trying not to focus.
Oh. Guess I did that one. Okay.
Was that all?
Yes, you've been very helpful. Yep. Okay.
Have a pleasant evening. I must rejoin the Enclave.
You don't think Esave... What's the one that did not die? Esavera.
Severa is not dead.
Good way. You don't think any Esavera would have any knowledge about Kiri Jolith or this at all, do you?
She has made a greater study of the gods than I have, but she has been unpredictable since the death of her sister.
Maybe I'll wait on that one. Thank you. I'll walk out.
I follow.
Okay. Cool. Other group. So, Kalora, you're going to the Earth Mother Temple, yes? You're just going to chill? No.
Yeah, I'm literally just going to chill. I'll probably do it for like 2 hours and then head back to the library and just wait around there.
Okay.
Not doing anything fancy.
Lex, what are you doing? You're muted.
I'm following Clarebold and our friend.
Okay. Do they know you're following?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys
They
are
asked me to
going
come along.
Clearbolt. Where are you leading them?
Oh, I'm going to Oceans of Potions. I need to see Gisela.
Oh shit.
Okay. You guys make your way past to the Mightside Inn, continuing to go southward through the main square, and then cut west to enter the West Bazaar. Walking through the mostly deserted, there's still a few stalls that are open, mostly the ones selling alcohol, spiced wine, things like that. Making your way towards kind of the back corner where Oceans of Potions is. You see...
Quick thing, can I pick up Shadow when we pass the Mightside in?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to just do that really quick.
Sure. You see Oceans of Potions from about 100 feet away as you turn a corner in a small area of the bazaar. Gisela is there, kind of resting, kind of as she always does, one arm against the one of the posts, kind of cleaning. She's cleaning out dirt from under her claws at the moment. She doesn't see you approach.
I want to approach. I don't want to be. I don't want to see him like I want to fight or battle or anything. I just want to approach normally at this point. You are muted.
As you get closer, maybe within about 10 feet, the jangling of your armor gives you away, and she looks up, and you can see her feline face kind of split almost in a half smile. Welcome back.
Thanks. I thought I'd stop by.
I thought
so
you
I've still been-
hated me. I thought I'd never see you again.
Yeah, I do. But I've got some advice for you, and also kind of a favor to ask.
A favor? If I can ask you one as well.
Maybe you should listen to the advice first.
Please.
So, it's quite clear you're feared in this city. But that only gets you so much power. Right? You can never have a moment of weakness, or they'll just turn on you. Right? You don't have any true friends here. You don't really have power. Right? You've got this small little grasp on this city. But you can gain more. Right? There are people in this city who nobody cares about. And my favor is I'm asking you to show them some help. Right? I think it will help you in your quest, which is obviously to be more powerful. Right? And it'll help me where if I'm not here or around, I can leave knowing that there are some poor in the city that will at least have food on the table and not grow up starving.
Roll a persuasion check.
I rolled an 8. I can use my inspiration to roll again, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to roll again. 13.
13. She kind of steps up to you, getting well within your personal space, and quicker than you could really even think about it, her hand shoots up right next to your face.
I take a step forward.
She gently rubs your face, her hand, drawing her slightly strange feline thumb across your cheek as she does. You think far too much of me. She steps back.
I may be leaving the city for a few days. There's a priest, and I'll point to where the priest is. He feeds the children in the morning. And I know you have a presence in the Dwarven Quarter. I'm asking you to help him. And that's it. And actually, one more thing. I said, and I will be back to check on the poor. And that's it. And then I'm just gonna leave at this point.
I'll see you then.
I turn to Claribold. Were you trying to? What was your point there?
There are clearly people that have no food, no place to go, no homes. And the only person helping them is one guy with no resources, no money. He's just a priest. And there's nobody in this city cares about him.
Okay, but you were trying to get Gisela to enlist them?
No, I'm trying to get her to help them.
Oh God, that's the worst idea. Like that's just waste.
I mean,
maybe.
You know, it's going to take a long time to get in, if even possible, to get the Thieves Guild out of this town. You can at least compromise until then, try and help the people in need while they're still here. It's admirable to try and do with that terrible feline.
Yeah, and also I really want to kill her, and I'm looking for a reason not to.
Oh, you're definitely going to break her heart when
So I'm
you
just,
do.
yeah, I'm kind of giving Gisela an opportunity to, I guess just, yeah, giving her an opportunity because I don't know how much more I can take of the city. It's driving me mad.
She's not gonna do the right thing.
Well, that's a shame.
Yep. But I don't know the life she's lived. I have a good idea.
People are capable of change.
That's
You
true.
just have to believe in them.
Yeah. I thought maybe appealing to their sense of power, right, may help.
No, because you said her sense of power was fear.
That's all they got.
No, she's actually very cunning and clever. So it's more than fear.
Maybe.
Well,
anyways, anything you guys need to do?
well,
Not
Northern
really.
said something about fire-resistant potions. That's really
Well-
why I tagged along.
Unless you have gold for them, which I do not, because I am poor. Or not poor, but I just don't have money in this godforsaken country.
Oh, I do.
Must be nice.
Nice.
Yeah, remember
How did you get money from here?
Zava?
Oh, right. That's nice.
Yeah, I didn't steal anything.
I didn't think you did.
Um,
I just wanted it on a job if there was one, so I could buy things.
you don't have anything you can sell?
Not really.
Core
That's
probably
okay.
has like 5,000 things he can sell.
He's a lot of weapons.
What do you need, Narfrin?
Fire-resistant potion.
Yes.
Everybody needs a fire resistant.
Well, we need to figure out what kind of breath this dragon has, so we know what kind of resistance to have.
Oh, well, no matter what, I still need the fire-resistant potion. Do you know how to make those? I mean, I'm good at making poisons, so I have an idea.
I don't know how to make fire-resistant potions, unfortunately. I've
Then
never
why'd
had
you
to
bring
deal
it
with
up?
fire. Because I thought we might have to deal with a dragon who had fire, but then I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't have fire. Maybe it has like some kind of acid breath or something.
Or lightning. Have you not heard about Zappa's thing?
Yeah, but that I don't
We
know.
have seen this dragon use its breath weapon before.
Which it was acid or
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I would have said acid if I knew that. Sorry.
Well, I still need the fire. That's
So we need acid resistance, and then also you need fire.
yes. I tried to read about fire resistance, but like that's a fucking huge library, and they just won't give me shit.
Unfortunate.
I don't know if we're gonna need potions of any sort of resistance for this dragon. I mean, there's some very high level mages coming with us.
Yeah, but you know, if we're able to stop
Yeah,
any
but they
of the
were nearly
damage
killed.
coming. Yeah, if we could stop some, not gameplay. You are a little bit more tinky than we are since you're higher level, you know. So
Yeah, but I'm very good at protecting others.
I'm really good at exiting if I need
okay,
to.
so we don't buy the potions, and you just stand in front of me when he does the breath weapon, and then we'll be fine.
That
I just won't go.
that was the plan. That
Okay.
was the plan.
Cool. All right.
I'm very yeah. But no, I think the mages were protecting something. I'm not quite sure if
The
it was a one-on-one
school?
combat. You know, yeah, it's like they're using their life force to prevent the dragon
putting
from.
a force field.
Yeah.
But they also physically can't leave the school.
Who can't?
The mages.
Well, Luhurat and Atio are gonna come.
Yeah, but they're not going to be in the city. That's the point.
Okay. So why do you need a fire resistance potion, by the way?
I'll like glance at her when he says that.
You seem like you seem really upset that we didn't get one.
Does I need one? What the fuck is this? It's a carrot.
Alright.
You guys got your mics.
Yeah, you're talking right now.
Jamie, you're not allowed to have neighbors. What the fuck?
Andrew, it's you. You're not muted.
Sorry.
You just need one?
I just need one.
I mean, do I need one? Is there something I don't know? Like we got fire coming up, or
Trust me, if he gets through me, then he won't. He'll be fine.
all right, sounds good. So I'll keep my eyes out for a fire resistance potion because I don't really need one. I'm all right, but all right, we'll keep my eyes out.
Maybe if we go back to meet up with everybody else, we can look up the components of a acid resistance potion at the library and possibly make some at the place.
Yeah, that's actually not a terrible idea.
So you say you make poisons, right? Isn't that kind of like I don't know too much about poisons, but isn't acid and poison in that same the same family? Am I wrong?
There's different poisons.
Okay. So you don't know like the opposite of like creating a poison? You know what I mean? Like
You mean like an antidote?
kind of, right? But it's
Fuck,
like
dude, why would you ask a rogue for an antidote?
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
Why the fuck you outed me as a rogue?
I don't know.
Nofrin, get your shit together.
Oh, that was out of RP.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know, I mean, okay. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Can we be like walking back towards? You guys want to go back to the library while we're having this conversation?
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay. Unless you need to do anything else before. No. Okay.
I'm good. Ready to kill.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Core and Hezrian, what are you guys doing?
I am going to study. Yep, I'm going to study that god.
Okay.
Kiricholith. I know I'm familiar with the book that I last found this in.
Yep.
So I'm Did I read? Surely I didn't read the whole book, or was it a section of a book?
I imagine it was kind of a section of a book that you found this in. It wasn't a whole book about that
Okay.
one god.
I'm gonna go back. Historian, I'm going to go to read books now, as I do. You hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you. Hezri, can you?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were. My bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk back to the library.
Okay. Cool. So everybody kind of rejoins in the library. So Core, go ahead and make your intelligence check.
First, I'm going to say books on Kiri Jolith.
Books.
Yep.
Okay. 2 books separate and come down. Pretty easily catch 2 of them. It's fine.
Pretty dexterous. Cool. What are they? You prepared for that?
I wasn't, but I can come up with something real quick. Let's see. One of them will say, kind of like the book you read before. It's not the same book, but it says, what's the word? The Barbarian Gods is what it's called, the first one. And the second one's called Gods of War, Punishment, and Justice.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take a deep dive in that God's War, Punishment, and Justice. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm reading for everything.
Okay.
Everything. So, look up all this book.
Cool.
Damn, I don't have my dice next to me. Hold on, I'll put that on. Let me find my dice.
Sure. Anybody else reading? A little bit after the other group kind of show back up, except for Kalora.
Can I look for another book?
You haven't finished reading your first book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
know when I do.
4 hours per book, remember.
Okay, dokie. Well, let me know when I finish.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Nobody else getting a book? Everybody just hanging out?
I'll ask for a book on black dragons.
Okay. Another book kind of comes out and lands in your hand. It's a medium-sized leather tome, yellowed pages, no discernible title on the front.
All right. Can I open it? And what language is it?
What languages do you speak?
Inferno, Common, Celestial, and Draconic.
This one is also read in Draconic, so you recognize it as that.
Sweet. So I guess I start reading.
Okay.
Did you say we came back?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I? I'm just rolling with proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah. Intelligence plus proficiency.
And you're spending the full 4 hours reading this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because remember it's either. I thought you said I read twice as fast, but it's either. Wait.
You can spend 2 hours reading a book,
And get what I get, or I can spend 4 hours and get everything.
Right. You spend 4 hours, you could basically get everything in the book. You get the 20, right, if you rolled a 20. But if you want to read it in 2 hours, you have to roll. I think that was what it was.
Yeah. Okay. There's no way I can fix that roll. Okay. It's gonna be whopping 7. It was a 2. Do you hear me? 7.
7.
Yeah, I rolled a 2, and my proficiency's a 3 in my
Okay.
modifier. So.
Sure. Lex, did you have something you want to do?
Where's Clarebold?
Clarebold is also with you. He came back.
Yeah, but I know physically. Where's Jamie?
Oh, I don't know.
When we get back to the
No.
library, I'll put my hand up and ask for a book about acid resistance potions.
Okay. Easy enough. The book comes down, wrapped in green leather.
I will
It's
open it,
called
and can I read it?
Acids and Their Properties.
Why was the Dwarven Quarter again? Why were they so poor? They were just being taken advantage of by the Thieves Guild, or what?
I don't think you guys know exactly why the dwarves are poor.
Okay, well, what Clarebold? I didn't know.
Yeah, well, he did mention that they are being taken advantage of by the Thieves Guild. He did say that.
But I know, yeah. I'll wait till he comes back because I need to ask him something before I do something.
Okay, 1 sec. Okay, sorry guys.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself before I do this intelligence check on the thing. Right. Intelligence check. Go. Fuck me. Come on, guidance. That is an 11 on the intelligence check for that book while I'm reading it.
Okay.
I'm pretty much just kind of scanning it for component, like where it says talks about the components of the potion in the book.
Sure. Lex, I believe Clarebold is back if you want to do your thing.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
So, you were trying to help out the Dwarven Quarter because they don't have food on the table? Is that what you said?
Well, yeah, I mean, the city was just attacked by a dragon. People don't have homes, they don't have food, they don't have money. And it's like literally there's just this one priest helping them out. It's really fucking sad. Yeah. So I figure if we're gonna go leave, kill this dragon, hopefully help out. And I don't want it to get worse for them while we're not here.
Well, then maybe we should teach them how to survive on their own. Book on farming and gardening.
It's a good thought.
Yeah, a kind of brown leather book comes down, and it's called The Four Seasons and Their Agricultural Techniques.
Sorry, my thing is. Damn it. sorry, I accidentally exited out of my D&D Beyond page, and I don't know how I did that.
It's okay.
Nat 20, no matter what.
Okay.
So my intelligence check, and I think it's a +1, if maybe. Nope. Or investigation, actually, is it? Or is intelligence?
Intelligence.
And then just plus nothing, so nat 20.
Okay. Cool. So now that everybody's kind of got their stuff figured out, I'll assume that you're all reading, except for Clarebold. Are you the only one who's not reading a book?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
What were you reading about, Lex?
Farming and gardening.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
during this time, I'll probably be telling Clarebold what I'm reading.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can kind of talk about it as you're reading.
Yeah, I'd be brainstorming like how are we going to teach an entire city to farm? Set up like free classes when we get back.
Hey, note as just so I don't forget to tell you right now, Matt, if there's a way to develop some sort of reliable talent in reading to sacrifice some other thing in my class moving forward, I probably would like to do that.
Okay, I'll think about it. Side note, I don't remember who all went on this little journey, but I know Logan and B-Rad were there, and they're also in the room. You know something about these dwarves and gardening / farming, if you want to say anything to Lex about it.
Sorry, I had to take my headphones off. What did you just say?
You remember when you guys went and explored the Dwarven Quarter?
Yes.
You've just heard Lex talking about maybe teaching the dwarves to farm.
Okay. Is she close by?
Yeah, you guys are all in the library together.
Okay. I'm gonna, look up from my book, and after I hear what she says and says, oh yeah, by the way, they know how to do that. They have like underground farms and like a whole operation underneath us.
Come again.
So remember that time, like a day and a half ago, 2 days ago, that me, who else was there?
Tito and Logan, I know for sure.
Me, Tito, Logan, we went on like a walk, and we saw like 7 dwarfs go into like this really tiny house, and we followed them, and it went underground, and underground there's like a huge farm operation with like a whole lot of plants and stuff.
Mushrooms and what were the other things they had growing down there, Brad?
Lots of food. They like grew like the food for the whole city or something.
There was a lot of the land that they couldn't use as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why they couldn't use it?
Not really. I think there's just soil wasn't good for it anymore.
Huh.
The city. Was in the city closer there?
Yeah, I was closest to the city too. There was a big crate down there that we couldn't get through, but we could see through it.
Huh.
It might be worth going back to explore.
That's interesting. So maybe, maybe to your point, they have a very rudimentary system for farming. Maybe they could just use some optimizations.
Well, I don't think you should teach them how to farm, because I'm pretty sure they could teach you more than you teach them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they, I don't know. Maybe there's something you could look up on how to improve the soil, because it seems like that was their problem, right? Is that what you guys are saying?
I don't know that it was a problem to them. It was just a section of a large portion of the soil that wasn't usable.
Well, everyone else is reading, so I guess I'll finish this. And if anything sounds like it's better than what they have underground, then I shall assist. If not, it's been a waste of my time.
Cool. You can all count the period of reading as a short rest, by the way. Kalori, you got a short rest doing your resting at the Earth Mother Temple as well.
I have one other thing.
Okay.
Bless only lasts a minute.
What?
Bless only lasts a minute.
Okay.
So I don't know how that would affect Zephyr, if it gives him like encouragement, like before he's gonna read, and that affects it for the whole 4 hours, or how you want to do that.
I'll say it affects the whatever. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, I'll allow it as a method of improving the roll for intelligence.
If you would allow it, then I would probably would have wanted to cast Bless on myself too.
Yeah, that's fine. Just go ahead and add the D4.
Amazing. Okay. Gracias. It's a 3, so that makes it a 10.
Cool. Okay. Let's go down the list. Zephyr, you were reading about black dragons, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Black dragons dwell in swamps on the frayed edges of civilization. A black dragon's lair is a dismal cave, grotto, or ruin that is at least partially flooded, providing pools where the dragons rest and where its victims can ferment. The lair is littered with acid-pitted bones of previous victims and fly-ridden carcasses of fresh kills, watched over by crumbling statues. Centipedes, scorpions, and snakes infest the lair, which is filled with the stench of death and decay. Quite often, the land within 6 miles of a dragon's lair takes twice as long as normal to traverse, since the plants there grow thick and twisted, and the swamps are thick with a reeking mud. Water sources within 1 mile of the lair are supernaturally foul. Enemies of the dragon that drink such water regurgitate it within minutes. Often, fog lightly obscures the area of land around the lair within 6 miles. Should the dragon be killed or die of natural causes, the vegetation remains as it has grown, but other effects fade over a period from 1 to 10 days. That's what you learn.
I assume you relay this to us.
Yeah, I would tell everybody. Well, once you guys are done reading.
Definitely need to have a good bit of water before we go.
Yeah, probably. Food too.
Do you have the create food and water spell, Michael?
Yeah, I can do that. I did
Okay.
it for the when I went with Clarabald, we went and gave a lot of stuff to the people in the Dwarven Quarter.
I can also purify food and water too. That makes sense.
Hezrin also has a spoon.
How much food does that create, Michael? That spell? I'm not familiar with it.
Pounds.
A lot.
Okay.
It is a lot of food.
Okay, sweet.
B-Rad on discussing Warforged. Warforged are generally made from stone, metal, and wood fibers. The core of a Warforged is a skeletal frame made of metal and stone, with wood fibers acting as a muscular system. Covering a Warforged in an outer shell is metal or stone plates. Throughout the Warforged body, an internal network of tubes run through. These tubes are filled with a blood-like substance that is designed to lubricate and nourish their systems. Warforged generally resemble their human creators, though they have a toothless jaw and lack noses and hair. Warforged are generally sexless, though they tend to take on male pronouns such as he, him, though they are considered monogender and don't procreate sexually. Being living constructs, Warforged theoretically could live forever, as long as they receive maintenance and repairs and aren't killed in battle. Newborn Warforged come fully formed from creation forges, which is the name of the factories in which they are built. They understand a language rudimentarily and have instinctual knowledge of movement. Over the first few months of life, they are extremely adaptable and learn new skills quickly, just like children of other races. It is during this period that the majority of Warforged are trained in the art of warfare. They are born clean slates as far as their minds go and are at the mercy of their creator's tutoring, as they have no concept of morality, good or evil. In their infant years, they will believe all is told to them by their creator and will treat what is taught to them as the only truth until proven otherwise. That's what you learn with 14.
Okay.
What do we got next? Tito. You have a tough time reading your book. It turns out it's not an actual tale that talks about or that teaches about musical magic. It's a story, a legend, and it largely hinges around a forgotten weapon that is called the Forgotten Song. It's got a lot of flowery language in it. Though you're good at crafting words into song, some of it does escape you. You are able to gather that this weapon is shaped like a rapier. It can be used as a spell focus, using your bardic bonus for attacks. It's also a +1 weapon. It hits harder and does more damage. And it is intrinsically tied with a forgotten piece of music. And that's all you get. It was a 2.
Cool. Cool.
Logan, dragons in general, yes?
Yes.
And he rolled a 9?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Dragons are inherently magical beings, and in no case should dragons be considered reptiles, despite obvious similarities such as scaled epidermis and reproduction by laying eggs. In fact, they're more akin to feline creatures than reptiles, particularly in regard to their posture and movements, as well as being inherently warm-blooded and an eye composition similar to felines, although far more complex. A good example is the placement of the legs. Dragons also tended to place their rear foot where their front foot was previously, more like stalking feline predators. Dragons are considered omnivorous and can eat almost anything thanks to their innate elemental nature that allows them to consume and digest all sorts of food, including substances that would qualify as food to other living creatures. Most dragons prefer a carnivorous diet, but few of them have developed unique dietary habits. Metallic dragons, for instance, prefer to eat primarily inorganic fare. Narferin. Acid. I haven't looked up something to tell you for this one yet. 1 second.
Acid resistance components.
And yours was an 11, yes?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you learn of a few methods to gain a resistance to acid. You learn that some monks can learn a specific skill called Empty Body that allows them to gain resistance to all kinds of different elements, including acid. You learn that many, or some I should say, barbarians, those of the baritone specifically, have resistances to acid damage. You learn that sorcerers who have a draconic ancestry to a dragon that specializes in acid breath attack generally have resistance to that. You learn that wizards who use a transmuter stone can gain resistance to acid. And there are also several spells that can provide resistances. In terms of potions, You find bits and pieces. It doesn't look like that in this book there is a full recipe, including how to make a potion of acid resistance. It turns out that one of the key ingredients in making a potion that involves acid resistance is the acid itself. You use acid and combine it with a base and several organic ingredients, which are not listed in the book, to actually create the potion. The organic ingredients are there. The base is added to neutralize the acid, and the organic ingredients are used there to aid in absorption through the bloodstream and to the body. There are also spells that are generally woven by an alchemist over the potion as it's being created to also aid in absorption. That's what you do in 11.
Thank you.
Farming techniques. Lex, with your natural 20. Reading through over the course of 4 hours, you learn about crop rotation and how that's important to keep land in good working order for the next round of crops that you'll generally sow. So it talks about planting plants that are high in nitrogen early on in the year, so that later on in the year when it's less abundant, the soil retains some of that nitrogen and allows for plants that rely on it, like tomatoes, things like that, to flourish when they get less sunlight. Basically, you learn several useful methods that people have developed over many years of farming to make the most out of the land that they've got. They are rather advanced techniques generally used by granaries and farms that supply large cities with massive amounts of food, rather than just your general 2 guys who own a barn, that kind of thing. Core. I'm gonna need more time for yours, unfortunately, because it's a little bit more complicated than everybody else's.
That's cool. If I come across anything that talks about communing, like how to commune with Kiri Cholith, I'm a deep dive into that.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll try to find something during this session or come up with something and give it to you.
When we were meeting like all the Enclave people, Matt, did any of them ever mention being like an alchemist or anything?
The potions master of the university is
Aluharad?
Yeah, Aluharad.
Okay.
Well, he is an alchemist. He's a conjuration master, but he is an alchemist and potion maker.
Is there any more book stuff to go over?
No.
I'll go up to Lex after.
This is 4 hours later, by the way, so it's around 10 o'clock at this point.
Okay.
A little bit later.
Before we decide anything tomorrow, and if we come back, Lex, do you know where Aluharad's office is here?
His office, I don't believe so, but I do know his classroom.
Okay, I'll have to stop by there tomorrow and see if he can offer us any acid resistance potions for maybe the trip since he's probably coming.
Well, yeah, don't know why we didn't think about that. He probably has some and definitely probably knows how to make them.
Would probably want us to have them if we came. Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Narfrin, check this out.
Checking.
Narfrin, and I'll cast protection from energy on him.
Whoa!
And I'll choose acid. I'm like, hey, now you don't have to be scared of acid, bro.
Is that just on one person, or is it can be a group?
It's just one.
Okay.
For now, but
still cool though.
Helpful.
How long does it last?
I look at Lex and I say, I can also do fire, if we ever need it.
Okay, so not only do I have to make sure I always make it out alive, now I have to make sure you make it out alive.
How long does that last, Jamie?
Concentration for 1 hour.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I can do that too if needed.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay, so I need 2.
So did we finish reading?
Yes.
I mean, I did.
Can I ask for more books?
Sure.
Hold my hand and just say Squall and Tempest.
Squall, and Tempest. That's all you're going to say?
That's it.
Okay.
Anything?
8 books.
Oh boy.
Start approaching the middle
Oh, no.
and rocket downwards. Go ahead and make a dexterity save.
Bear's gonna be talking about
I
the
also
weather.
wanted to
Can I try
and
and help?
They're weather books.
We all like just
Natural 20.
I always forget what everything is.
I got a 17.
Well,
You
I'll just roll.
nimbly
see how it
dodge out of
goes.
the way, and Zephyr kind of pulls you away as well, and you guys both avoid being hit by the books as they land. Thud, 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 thud.
I got a
You-
9.
I got a 20.
You try to
not
grab
not
them and you
natural.
miss.
Sorry.
Hey, you know those are probably going to be about the weather, right?
I know, but I just want everything.
Looking at the books, they do all appear to be about storms in particular.
I mean, I have a spell where I can like try and talk to Onatar, but we would have to get some stuff for it. Like he could tell me all about it, I think.
Okay. How do I put these back? Do I just like throw them in the air and?
Yeah, you just say, "Oh, done," and throw them out.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the books. And I'm just gonna be like, all done.
Okay. You throw them up
I'm just
10
going
feet
to
up.
like walk away.
They start falling back down, and all of a sudden, float back up and go back into their holes.
Yeah, see, I told you.
I'm gonna go Clairbold. Because obviously I had been talking to him about everything that I read. So do we want to relay all this information tonight? It's like kind of late, but I don't know dwarves if they stay up late or not. Or should we go tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Are we gonna leave tomorrow to go fight the dragon?
I think we definitely need to decide tomorrow.
We need to decide if we're fighting the dragon or not.
Are we all around? Like,
Galore is not there.
I mean, but like, I can,
Would she not be back?
She didn't come back.
Okay.
I can hear them.
Yeah.
But-
You're all pretty close to one another in the library.
Okay, cool.
Maybe in the morning would be best, I think.
Fair.
I'll put my hand up and ask for a book on druid circles.
See a book come out and rocket down into your hand. It's a green book with purple engraved on the front in the shape of a circle that almost looks like a group of vines and flowers kind of wrapped around.
Green book with what on the front? Sorry, I spaced out.
It's got a purple circle of vines
Circle.
and flowers engraved on the front.
I'll read that, and then I'll eventually head back to the Mightside Inn, since I don't have to sleep as long.
I was gonna head back before, like right now.
Get it. Who all's headed back?
I'll go back to the inn. I'm done at the library.
Yeah, I'm going back too.
I'm staying at the library, and I'm gonna raise my hand again and say, "Best weapons to use against dragons."
Okay. One small book comes down and lands in your hand. Gonna read it?
Does it look like? Does it look cool?
Looks like a journal.
Ooh, I will read it.
I'm also gonna look for rats on the way out.
Okay. Perception check. Core,
I
are
gotta
you staying to read, or are you going back to the Nightside Inn?
I am going to, if I have found what Kiri Jolith favors, and as far as communing with her, then I will stay. Otherwise, I'm going to leave. Sorry. Then I'll leave.
Other way around? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say you did find some stories of people communing with.
And how they did so.
Yeah.
Or I have some sort of idea.
Right. You might not have gotten a specific, like, this is how you do it, but you have some anecdotal evidence.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what? If I have some anecdotal evidence, then I'm going to pursue one of the people. I don't know who would know the most about names of creatures out of these people.
Atior, right?
I think it'd be Atior, yeah. Would know, like the names of these creatures, dragons specifically, in their world. It'd probably be Atior, right?
That's pretty likely.
He's around. So I'm gonna go try to find him.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to his office.
Yes. Well, I went to somebody else's office, but yeah.
Oh, Atior's office. You don't know where Atior's office is, right?
Right. So maybe I'll start with Alubarad to figure out where Atior
You don't
is.
know where Alubarad's office is either.
Who was that? Baronin.
Baronin.
Maybe I'll start with Baronin, and then if he knows where to find Atior, I'm gonna try to get a name of this dragon.
The black dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 17 on my intelligence check for reading.
Oh, I was just going to give you reading about that, but 17 is good enough to give you reading on that, so excellent.
Cool beans.
I got 22 on my rat perception.
No rats.
They took care of their problem. Good for them.
I didn't ask this, but did Shadow have any problem getting through the bridge?
No, as a matter of fact.
Very cool. After I do that, eventually I'll head back. Or I'll wait for Brad to be done, and then I'll walk back with him.
Okay. So Brad, you're going to spend the 4 hours reading?
I am, and
Okay.
I'm not leaving.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. $16.
Okay. We'll get back to it. We are going to take our first break of the night. Be back at 8:33. So, who else headed back to the Mightside Inn? Everybody except
I'm gonna try to find that dude.
Or and B-Rad?
Or B-Rad. Me,
Yeah, I'm still at the
heading back
library.
later.
Oh yeah, because you're waiting for B-Rad.
I was waiting for him, but then as soon as he starts reading something else or not leaving after his book that I was waiting
Were you
for, I'm
waiting
gonna
on
leave.
me? Were you
Yeah.
waiting on me? Oh,
I was.
I'm just gonna stay here and read the whole time because I don't want to go back and just sit on the roof and not do anything on my. Okay.
Michael says he's going to Onatar Temple.
Well, that's a good idea. And I'll leave after he says that. I'll go back to the Mightside Inn.
Okay. So, Clairbold, Lex, Narfarin, Ezrian, and Tito and Logan. Everybody, though you guys are all going back.
Actually, I'm gonna follow Zephyr.
Okay.
I'll go back to the inn.
If I remember correctly, the Earth Mother Shrine is on the way to the Mightside Inn from the Veataris, right?
Correct.
I'll do a pit stop there and see if Kalor is there. I'll see if just check on her, and then I'll continue on to the inn.
Okay. Kalora, are you still there?
I'd probably run into him.
This
Probably
would be
leaving.
like 8 hours later from when I think we left, because I did 2 books.
Oh shit! No, then I wouldn't be there.
Okay.
You did 2 books?
Yeah, I did the circles, the druid circles, and I did the acid.
Oh, so you're
the
still
acid
reading.
one.
You're still reading, so never mind. You can't do that.
Okay.
Because Brad's on his second book, so it's his second 4 hours.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're still at the inn or the library.
Nathan, we can't really hear you.
I've only made 4 hours through.
Yeah. Yeah. So Narfrin has just started reading his second set of books, and so has B-Rad. Okay, so the rest of you who are planning on going back to the Mightside Inn.
Hey, Matt, sorry. I forgot to ask you. So, the book I was reading, was it the easiest way to defeat dragons? I can't remember what I gave you.
You read best weapon. You said best weapons to kill
Okay,
dragons.
okay, that's fine. Cool.
So, Claribold, Lex, Logan, Tito. You guys are the only ones heading back. Okay.
I'm heading back too.
Cool. You guys make your way back to the Mightside Inn. You run into Kalora. She's getting there around the same time as you are. You guys all step into the Mightside Inn where Cosmoros is serving drinks to a small group of people that are there. Nobody you recognize, just there's a group of humans and a small group of half-elves that are there. He's kind of just running drinks to them and kind of looks up at you and waves and smiles as you walk in.
So,
How'd you do?
Are you saying what's up to me?
Cosmos,
Oh, Cosmos.
do you want to
You
just
guys just have a seat. I'll be right with you. Unless you're going up.
I'm just gonna go up. Good night, Cosmos.
Good night.
Oh,
Gonna-
not up on the roof, but up to our rooms.
Yeah. You want me to perform tonight, Cosme?
If you'd like, it's pretty slow. It might draw some traffic in.
I got a new string.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna go up
G-string.
to just take a table closest to the bar. I'm just gonna order a drink.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Cosme, can I get a drink too before I go out?
Sure. What do the both of you have?
Did you have that like fire whiskey?
I do.
That's expensive.
That'd be great.
First one's on the house.
Thank you.
Me too?
Yes, you too, Tito.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Before I go up to my room, I'll just tell them that if everybody gets back and we want to discuss the plan, that just come and get me.
All right.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Cosmos supplies beverages, and you guys can do as you wish.
Are you there, Claribold?
I'm here. I'm not drinking yet. I'm just hanging out, enjoying the music, the ambiance.
So you were telling me about that spell that you could do for fire resistance, you said?
Yeah, I think it lasts for an hour. I can do fire, cold, acid, lightning. I can choose. Yeah.
Well, let's just pretend maybe down the road, and it depends if you're still with us or not. Not in the somber sort of way of like you get killed, but in case that happens too. There might be someone who's a little more fiery that comes my way. Might need a little bit of help.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Yeah, is he like a bad fiery or like what's his deal?
Well, note how I'm an air genasi. He's a fire genasi.
Okay.
We have bloodied history.
Okay.
I
Is he
expect to
like
keep
a-
it bloody.
Okay. I can respect that. I mean, is he like a bad person? Is he a bad guy, or is he just a fire genasi and you're an air genasi, and you know? that's just the way
He's
you
the worst person still alive.
Okay. Does he have a name? Maybe I've heard of him.
You haven't.
Okay. All right. That's probably true. I can't even remember my own family sometimes. So
Oh, I'm just saying he's from my time, so You're not from that time.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I can give you some protection when the time is needed. I think Zaffer said he could do it too, right? So like.
Oh yeah, I know. I now have 2 cards in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to stack the deck, right? Okay.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. I mean, why don't you just? Have you ever thought about like just taking him out before he gets a chance to come after you?
Yes. Yes. I have been hunting him, and I've been trying to find him. And then I have kind of an idea of where he is, and I'm like, okay, well, let me go in this tower first so I can, take care of this problem that I already promised you, and I need the gold to help out these other people. So I was gonna do that first, just knock it out, and then fuck, I'm like in this other time, and now I can't even go to where I thought he was.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the tower seems to fuck with us all pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. So either when we get back, he's dead because so much time has passed, which my problem's kind of solved, but not as much justice, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's another fire genasi you can find, right?
Not just kill fire genasi.
Oh, I thought you said that's y'all fire and air genasi had a bloody history.
No, I said this one. This one in the family that was a bloodied history.
Ooh, okay. All right, I got it now. I'm sorry, I'm catching up. Well, yeah. I mean, if you need help, I'll help you out. No big deal.
Cool. Thanks. And don't worry, I'm good for favors. So you help me, I help you.
Okay. Okay, thanks. How'd the research on the farming go?
You were with me. I literally told you everything I've learned.
Right.
Snowballed that memory.
Yeah.
You don't need a drink. You'll forget it anyway.
No. I just need a long rest. And yeah.
And then I just sip my fire whiskey.
Okay. Anything else?
I like take a nice good gulp and I start playing some like fiery music.
Fiery music, I like it.
Nice.
And I'm inspired by the fire whiskey. And I put out my top hat upside down for those tips.
Sounds good. Okay. Core, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to Veronin? Lurad? Who am I going to? The leader?
Veronin's office.
Yep.
Okay, so you step back into the transportation chamber, click the appropriate button, and are brought swiftly on currents of air to the office of Veronin. You step through the door, and he is again not present.
Veronin, you kind of just appeared last time. Can you hear me?
You give it a few seconds and hear a familiar crackle as Veronin appears. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh. Hey, I am just looking for Atior. I did not know where to find him.
Atior is at the Parliament building with the rest of the Enclave.
I see. I'm sure Atior would have shared this information with you, being that you are the leader here. Yeah. So my question is, I want to know the name of this dragon.
Which dragon?
This black dragon that we might be pursuing.
I believe we would have shared that core if we knew already.
Okay, yeah. No, No guesses, huh?
Unfortunately not. We do know of 2 dragons in the general area, but this is not one of them.
Okay. Well, just in case there's some sort of dragon club, do you know the names of those dragons?
Yes, let me see here. He pulls out a book and starts flipping through it.
I'm sorry to trouble you. I have recently become very interested in names and what they can do, and I think I might be more effective if I had them. Should I need to?
It's all right.
You know.
Let's see here. See, one of the dragons, the one who lives in the Dragon's Basin, perhaps you've heard of it, southwest of here.
Yes.
Bridred, the yellow dragon.
How do you spell that?
Bryddrid.
Bryddid. What?
Bryddrid.
All right. And that is the green one.
Yellow.
Yellow. And okay, you can see that I'm writing this stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on that password entry screen? Sorry.
The other one is a blue dragon that lives in the... Fuck, I've got to look up the name of the mountain range as well.
Did you ever find out the name for that? I know you were asking me about that at one point.
I did.
Nice.
Lives in the Brecht mountain range, which is the border between Eventide and
Stale?
No.
Sheador.
Sheador. Yeah, Eventide and Sheador. That dragon's name is Tilduros.
No.
Tilduros.
Okay. Where did he say the yellow one resides?
Dragon's Basin. Which is the lake you guys have been to.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna go back down to the library, and I'm going to fuck it. I'm gonna say.
Can't hear you.
Book on. I'm not. I wasn't talking. Book on enchantments of protection.
Okay, Verona just kind of waves as you silently turn around and walk away.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll say thank you and walk out. But
Sure.
Sorry, brevity.
Books about what?
Enchantments of protection.
Okay, cool. Okay, you can certainly get a book about that.
Yep, and I'm going for yeah. Let's just go for the speed. I mean, not Brad. Yeah, Brad's reading, right?
Yes.
He's here for 4 hours. I'll be here for 4 hours.
Yes, I'm still here reading.
Yeah, I'll be here for 4 hours. Why not?
Okie dokie.
So I'm going for all of it, I guess. Whatever book. I'm gonna do it. Oh, it's another fucking 2.
Fantastic.
This is my last spell, but I'll cast Bless on myself. It's a 7. That's a 9.
Okay, 9. Sounds good. So, moving on. Hezrian and Zephyr, you guys make your way southwest across the city and find yourselves at the Temple of Omitar. This time of night, around 11, by the time you get there, it's not very crowded. In fact, it's empty. There's nobody here. Familiar mound of odd items is surrounding the central forge. People have crafted and left as gifts for the community.
Do I see Toldir around?
No.
How many people are there? Like, what's it look
empty.
like?
There's nobody
Completely
there.
empty? Oh, shit. I wanted to see if we could, like, help some people and just, like, do some good work for Onathar, but yeah. But I don't know what to do now. Definitely say a prayer before I go, but
That's a good idea.
what do I want to do while I say a prayer? Do I want to just like melt down some armor? Or do I want to like refine some ingots?
I already have enough armor.
Yeah, I said melt it down.
I think, yeah. Might load a bit.
Well, at least have less things to attach to B-Rad.
Should also worry about us possibly fighting a dragon.
Yeah, I was going to ask if like he had any knowledge of this dragon, or just ask to protect us, really.
For sure. It's a scary thing. I know how I feel about it.
Well, the last time I faced a dragon, well, the only time I faced a dragon, Druk, he was a lightning dragon, but he was also black.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think normally lightning dragons are blue, but that was not the case there.
Rare case, I guess.
Yeah, but we don't know what other two dragons are in the area.
No. I remember I did see something in the sky at one point. This is a while ago.
Oh yeah, that time you rolled the natural 20 on perception, yeah. What do we know about the other two dragons?
We know where they are. Like dragons.
Did we know what kind they were? I don't. Okay, just the black one. Yeah, well, I'm going to pray. I think I'll just like chill by the forge. I don't think I'm actually going to make anything. Maybe I'll just clean the forge up while I pray.
Just kind of get my mind off of everything. Get some guidance from Onathar or something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anything particular you're praying for?
I'll text you.
Okay. Message me in Roll20 if possible, because my phone is my webcam.
Could I email you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys spent some time both praying and cleaning the forge, making sure it continues to glow brightly and cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that's done,
after that, go back to the
inn.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Guys at the inn, are you doing anything special? Or are you just hanging out?
Yeah, I'm just still playing for tips.
I'm probably just like saying what a great job Logan did today, kind of congratulating her.
Okay. So probably another hour and a half go by since you guys arrived, and Zafir and Hezrian show back up looking a little bit worse for wear. They're both soot stained, their clothing and their bodies, and they do look tired and like they've been sweating.
You guys look gross.
You don't look good, right?
What happened to you?
Fuck you too.
You said I was looking gross. We were cleaning at the temple.
I wasn't.
Hey, Tito. Tito, stop your song.
Huh?
Can you clean me up, please?
Play you a song?
No, clean me up. Stop your song.
Oh.
Prestidigitation.
Oh shit. Never mind. Ezrein can do it. But thank you. Play your song.
Huh? Wait, is there any like special thing that happens when I strum that bottom strum? That bottom string?
Strum.
Shut up.
Matt, you're muted.
Yeah.
Nope. It acts exactly like a normal lute string.
Alright. Well, I keep up my fiery music as I drink my fiery whiskey.
Sounds good. You guys are just gonna chill at the end?
Yeah.
Well, who isn't there yet? Core and Brad?
Core and Brad. Core is up
Narprin's
in the
not there
room.
either.
Yeah, Nerfrin's not there.
In the backyard.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait in the downstairs until everybody's there because we said we were gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So our two friends that have been reading, B-Rad.
Yeah.
This journal you're reading, it is a journal of an unnamed warrior from years past who wielded a weapon called Dragon Fang. As the name implies, the weapon was forged from the teeth of an ancient dragon.
Did you say dragon horn? Fang.
Dragon Fang.
Okay.
Yes, it was forged by a forgotten king to kill dragons by making it from the teeth of a dragon. This weapon was brutal. It did a lot of damage. You learn through reading this man's story that he used it, and quite often it would cut off people's heads with a single blow. On larger creatures, it would do just an extreme amount of damage when he hit correctly with it. And there is one tale in it where he was fighting a hydra, and with one swing he chopped off a head, and then with a backswing he chopped off another. It also made him a little bit harder to hit in certain circumstances, and often he would give up his extremely powerful attacks to gain better protection with the weapon. The weapon itself is lost. Don't really get a sense of where he used this weapon, where it was, where this story took place, when it took place, other than a long time ago. He could also use it once a day in a very special manner, where if it looked like he was in dire trouble and he wasn't going to be able to get away in time, he could kind of twist fate and allow himself to get out of whatever danger he was in. That's kind of what you read about. Core, in terms of protection magic, which is a much more broad, or protection enchantment, which is a much more broad subject. From the book you're reading and with the roll you got, you learn that very many objects can be imbued with enchantments that deal with protection. Quite often they are things that are worn. So rings, other jewelry, earrings. Yeah, clothing. It's much more rare and much more difficult to imbue a weapon with that kind of enchantment, but it does happen. These weapons that are enchanted in this way allow the wearer to have a preternatural sense for blocking, but often are out of favor in terms of most people would rather have a weapon that dealt more damage than protects them better. Monks are one class that generally prefer weapons that have more defense, because a lot of their abilities kind of wrap around that. A skilled enchanter can imbue almost any clothing item with a spell that gives protection, but clothing and jewelry of a greater quality allows for more capability to enchant. So enchanting a beggar's rags would have a lesser effect than enchanting a set of a king's robes, for instance. Generally have an easier time getting the effect to stick. That's kind of what you learn with that roll.
Okay. After I'm done reading, I will proceed to. What time is it?
By the time you're done reading, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you and Brad both kind of finish at the same time.
Yeah. I would imagine I'm sticking close to Brad.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I say? Oh, I never mind. I do have. Okay. Is there anything on me that would be made out of bronze?
I don't think so. Is your amulet made of bronze? That's the only thing that immediately springs to mind.
I have an amulet of the cultist.
The cultist amulet is silver.
I have an amulet of scribes. I'm not going to use that. I've also got a bunch of equipment.
Let me pull your character sheet.
Bronze, damn. It had to do with the god that I'm trying to pursue. Could I say that I said something to Baronin?
Say what to Baronin?
Just ask him for some bronze. I would give him in exchange for whatever he needed or whatever. Just any tiny amount of bronze. Could be like literally like a thimble sized portion.
I think Veronin would probably say, you can get anything you might need for a spell upstairs at the equipment depot.
I would respond, it's not for a spell. I learned something about this god, and I think Big Bronze might be helpful in communicating to him, maybe. But I have lots of gold. It's just not your currency. I surely will trade some of it if you want. It's from my time.
That's all right. You keep it. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out a small pen in the shape of a bird. It looks to be made of bronze and hands it to you. Just a meaningless trinket.
I'll give him the amulet of the cultist and say, this is also for me. Meaningless trinket. Take it. Maybe you could learn something. It's not from my time. I mean, it is from my time, so.
I'll take a look. Thank you.
Cool. And, okay, so I have the bronze now.
Okay.
Brad, are you finishing up?
I finished this book, but I'm gonna probably get more books
Okay.
or explore this tower because I've never been in here before.
It's an interesting place for sure. I think I'll probably head back, but you need anything before I leave?
No, I should be okay. I'm probably just gonna stay here and figure something out. I don't have to go to sleep, so
Okay.
I'll be here in the case somebody's looking for me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll head back to the inn.
Okay. Are you guys staying up till 2 o'clock? Or would you eventually give up waiting and go to bed?
I think Logan.
I would have gone to bed if it was 2 o'clock. Probably go to bed around midnight.
I would have gone to bed.
Logan would be asleep.
Okay.
I would probably go to bed at like 1:30.
I would before I go to bed, I would go knock on Calora's door.
Okay.
Around midnight, would you be asleep?
You're
Maybe
muted.
You're muted.
I probably wouldn't. What time did I get back to the inn, would you say?
10, like 10:15.
Okay, then I'd probably be asleep. Do I hear a knock?
With your perception? Yeah.
Hello?
Just open the door a crack. Hey, Cora and Brad aren't back yet, so I guess we'll make the decision in the morning about what we want to do, but I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
And then I go to bed.
So, Corey, you get back to the Mightside Inn around 2:15. It's not a ridiculously far walk. Cosmos is still there serving drinks to a small group of humans that have now gotten quite drunk and are spending a lot of money on a nice bottle of wine at the moment. He brings it out and kind of notices you walk in, and they all went to bed about 2 hours ago.
Okay. Thanks. I'll be back.
Yep.
I walk back out.
Okay.
I'm going to. Where was the center of the battle? It was basically on that bridge in between the tower and the town, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was right in front of the bridge is where the vast majority of the battle took place.
I'm going to go toward the tower. I'm going to go to that spot.
Okay.
Where the most battle happened. And if I can find a place to set up some sort of little like campfire area, I want to try to melt that bronze. And using... I mean, I've got stuff to make food with. I'll just sacrifice that. I'll take like whatever I have and just try to melt the bronze until it becomes some sort of liquid. I mean, you can tell me if that works or not.
Yeah, I would say with the help of your firebolt spell and a more controlled version, you can manage to melt the bronze into a liquid form.
Then I'm going to just take it and I'll probably take some damage for this, but I'm just going to pour it on my hands. and if it stays long enough, I'll try to wipe it on my face.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount of bronze. It's a pin, right? So it's
Right.
probably enough to fit in like the well of your hand when you have it on your palm
And
up.
Wipe it
So
on my
you put it on there and kind of just splash it on your face. Okay.
and then I'm just gonna sit back, like on my back, and try to forget about everything, and just focus on that moment, and just subconsciously, try to. I guess before I do that, I'll say a little prayer to Kiri Cholith in my head, which sounds like, I don't know who you are, but I feel a draw toward you. And I think that my future is you. I've been told that I've been trying to concentrate too much, trying to focus on things and try to keenly observe things too much. In this moment now, I will try to forget and just feel your presence and feel a drawing towards something, and then I'll splash it and I'll just lay on my back and try to forget about everything and try to just be in the moment that I'm in, not anything else,
Okay. As you splash the liquid bronze from your hands to your face, go ahead and take 8 fire damage, please.
Okay.
It kind of parts of it mingle with your fur, and you begin to feel the smell the sound of just burning flesh and hair, and it seeps into your nostrils, and it's almost intoxicating for someone coming from your background for a moment, and the pain from the bronze slowly cooling on your face and the bit still in your palm begins to recede as you travel inward to yourself. And you don't really have a sense of how long you were there on your knees in front of this small fire. But somewhere deep inside you, you're not sure if you're imagining this or if it's even real, or if it's a hallucination of some kind. You hear the sound of hooves striking cobblestones, and then a war horn. When you open your eyes, the bronze is cool on your face. The little dots, small streak across your nose, and the bits that were burning through your hair have dripped onto your armor and your chest, and have kind of welded to the studs on the leather in a couple different places.
Just lay on my back, try to stay awake and aware in that moment for as long as I can until I pass out.
Okay. B-Rad, go. What was your role for that most recent? Or did you even say a book yet?
No.
Okay. What's your next book?
I hadn't finished. I just finished with the journal thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold my hand up, and I'm gonna say each one of our names. Like one. If anything comes back, I'm gonna go on, or nothing comes back, I'm gonna go on to the next person.
Okay.
I just want to see if anything comes back.
Nope. Nothing comes back.
Okay. In that case, when I finish saying last person's name when nothing comes back, I'm gonna say Dragon Fang.
Okay, sure. You say it. The journal that you just had comes back.
Okay. I'm gonna throw. What time is it, by the way? Sorry.
2.
2. Okay. So I'll just throw that in the air and say get back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say easiest way to kill a dragon.
Okay, sure. A book comes out and lands in your hand. It seems to be another journal or recollection, almost a memoir.
Okay. How long is it? Like another 4 hours?
Yeah, all books are going to be 4 hours.
Okay.
For our purposes.
Yeah, I'll just sit there and read that one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your check.
Okay.
So I would have fallen asleep by now.
Yeah.
Did I make any money or no?
Oh, yeah, I'll say you made some money. It wasn't a very busy night, so I'll say you made
Should I roll
6 silver and 8 copper.
Cool.
Actually, roll a performance check. Let's see if you make a little more.
16. Rolled a natural 5.
Okay. We'll say you made 8 copper, or 8 silver, 6 copper.
Sweet.
14, by the way.
14. Since you're the only action in town now, reading through this book, this journal, a lot of it is just the early recollections of a warrior who happens to be from Eventide. He was a wandering knight and storyteller. He was known throughout the land as the vanquisher of a dragon that had been plaguing the south of Eventide many years ago.
That's where
Clearbolt is from.
Clearbolt's from, right? Okay.
Yeah. This man, who I don't have a name for because I'm making this up as I go, the story went, and he goes over this, the story went that he fought valiantly with this dragon for 10 days and 10 nights. And on the 10th night, the dragon collapsed in exhaustion, and he chopped his head off. In this memoir, however, this man, now that he's older, decides that he is going to tell the truth of it for once. As there were no witnesses, he was able to tell the story however he saw fit. But the truth of it was, before he decided to take on this dragon, the night before, he staked out or actually the weeks leading up, he talked to a lot of the villagers in the area and determined that this dragon, one of its nighttime activities was to come to these villages and take their cattle. It would fly down from the mountaintops and grab a cattle in its claws, fly back up and eat it. So this man decided that what he was going to do was lay a trap. So the night before he decided he was going to take on this dragon, he bought a cow, cut it open at the belly, and took out all the innards. He then filled it up with hemlock and some other poisons. This was a very big dragon, so he assumed that he was going to swallow this cow in one. Completely filled this dragon with poisons. Lo and behold, that night when the dragon came to collect its quarry, it grabbed this non-moving cow from the farmer's field where the man had hid it. He watched carefully as the dragon flew off back to its nest, or back to its cave, and made the slow trek back up the mountain. The man eventually found the cave and found the dragon. The dragon was not dead, but it had eaten the cow, and it was weak. It was sick, and it had vomited most of everywhere. So the whole of the area was very slick and somewhat smoky as this dragon breathed fire. As he approached, he heard the dragon's voice in his head. And the dragon said, "You have killed me." Without waiting for much more, the man stepped forward and with his large great axe chopped off the dragon's head. Took 3 or 4 blows. The dragon was killed. He then hid all he could of the dragon's treasure and then climbed back down the mountain to tell the story of his victory. As it had taken him around 5 days to climb the mountain, took him around 5 days to climb back, the 10 days and 10 nights thing that he came up with just seemed to have flowed. And the villagers believed it. He even handed out some treasure from the dragon's hoard. So, the moral of the story, from this man's point of view, is you can win through cheating. And that's the best way to kill a dragon.
That's good to know.
They're both full.
It is now 6 o'clock. The sun is beginning to peek from behind the edge of the world where it's been sleeping.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the main area. What's like the elevator?
The elevator is the transportation chamber, and it is it's in the library.
The transportation teleporter. I'm gonna go inside of it and just look at everything.
Yep. As you close the door, you see a series of glyphs all along the back of the door in front of you. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
It's an 8.
You have no idea what these glyphs mean.
I'm just gonna say.
Just plug it in.
Battle stimulator.
What are you going to say? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Battle stimulator.
Battle stimulator? Okay. You're just going to say that.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
And I'm gonna hold my hand up. Sorry, I was muted. I forgot.
You're going to hold your hand up and say battle stimulator?
Yes.
Still nothing happens.
Okay. Are there like stairs, or is this the only thing?
This is the only thing that you've seen.
Okay. I'm gonna hit. How many glyphs are there?
Around 100.
Okay.
Oh God, you're going to make me pull out the list.
This is a hilarious episode.
I'm gonna hit the 28th one.
That was actually really close. You hit the button marked 28 and are rocketed upwards for a time. And then you stop in front of an identical door just in front of you.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. Door creaks open. And you are greeted with a what looks to be a supply room of sorts. There are desks and chairs piled up all along the wall. There are cauldrons that have been covered with sheets that are there. There's a large mirror on the side, and it looks just to be a supply closet. There's some cleaning supplies in places and things like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in the escalator.
Okay.
So I don't want to make you do this, but
Oh, do you do whatever you want?
no, I meant like you don't have to like. You can just send me a list because I really want to go to every floor. I'm gonna hit every button. So I
okay.
don't want to take up time from like this whole everybody thing. So
Yeah, that would take hours,
yeah,
like many hours.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll send you a list. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to finish making it because I only made like 30 or 40 floors of this place.
Okay.
But are you cool with spending like another 6 hours doing this?
I've got nothing better to do.
Okay, because by that time it's going to be
Time to leave.
noon.
No, it's 8, right?
It's
I thought
6
it
right
was 2.
now.
Oh, it's 6. Okay.
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh. Okay.
You could
I
maybe
thought it
do.
was still 2, but I'll do like however many would take it to like 9.
Okay, so we'll say you do like 40 floors.
Okay, sounds good. And then I'm gonna go back to the inn because I'm pretty sure they're awake.
Yeah, I'll say you guys wake up, all of you, around the same time. Actually, where the fuck is Narfrin? Did he just stay
at the
outside?
inn.
He's pooping.
I'm at the inn
Okay.
sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you are all you all wake up except for Cord. You are not awake yet.
Well, unless Brad woke me up.
Brad has not walked back. He hasn't. He's staying out until 9 a.m. So
Yeah.
you all wake up around 8 and have the day to do what you will.
Are we just like assuming that we're just downstairs eating?
I was just saying you're waking up, but are you going to go downstairs and eat?
Heck yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like talk about what we're doing before the session ends. So.
Okay. So, yeah, you're muted, baby. You guys all go downstairs and begin eating, recognizing that Core and B-Rad are still not present. Core, around 8:15, you feel a sharp pain in your side and are jolted awake by a gruff voice saying, "You can't sleep out here. Move along.
Right, yeah. So,
Take all this shit with you, too. We don't need that. The fuck are you doing sleeping on the street? You a drunkard?"
oh, no. I'm not. I helped save your city. As you not know me, I'm the bugbear that helped fight the. It doesn't matter. Okay. Thank you, sir. What's your name?
Bardock.
Thanks, Bardock. Nice meeting you.
Just get off the street. Move along.
Yeah. I'll head back toward the end.
You hear as you're walking away, as he like turns to another guard nearby. Did he light a fucking fire in the street?
Yeah.
What was wrong with his face? Okay, so about 15 minutes. So as you guys kind of get your food and start chatting, Core walks in. And looking at Core, he looks a little bit worse for wear. He has got bits of metal like adhered to his face. Some places of his face is just red, not pink, like blood red, as like just burnt and has like blisters on it.
You know,
Can't really-
Core, if you wanted to get into blacksmithing, you could have let me know. I could have given you some tips. Like,
He's also got drips of bronze just kind of on his shirt and his armor underneath, and his hands are both burnt on the palms.
Core, are you okay?
Well, I would have put my gloves back on at that point. I have
So you wouldn't see his palms.
gloves and shoes now.
The sentiment remains.
But, I'm better than ever.
What do you mean? You look hurt. Safford, come over here.
yeah, what were you doing?
I was trying not to focus
on anything. You know, I talked to Verone and he said that you know, part of my book was that I didn't need to focus on anything. And also, I kind of have this new god that I've been trying to pursue, named Kiri, and he's sort of like the good side of the coin of my old god, you know, Hrugek. And I think Kiri Jolith, he talked to me last night.
Is he the one who put the metal on you?
He doesn't seem very nice if he's splattering hot metal on you.
Oh no, that was me.
What?
Well, I read that that you know this god he appears before people during big battles, and he's
So-
armored with bronze plates armor. He's a big minotaur that's armored in all bronze, and I thought that maybe if I connected with that piece of him, it is important that he would connect with me, and did this.
Well, I have an idea if you want to leave it on your fur for just a little bit longer, because it might be going to take like an hour.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Unless
had
you
this-
guys want me to just do that now and get it over with in real time.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna use my ability to create things with metal to remove the metal from his fur and make it into a minotaur head. They could go on a picnic.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know. I just feel like we should talk about our plans before we
Yeah,
do
so I'll do
anything
that
else.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're not hurt, but you were out all night. We need to discuss what we're going to do. You can't just disappear like that.
Yeah, I thought it was the best for everyone. That maybe I find someone that wants the good in the world and not.
Well, you want good in the world. That's good enough for now. Come on.
Okay. I laugh and follow her.
Where's B-Rad?
I don't know.
He on the roof?
Probably on the
I
roof.
go look on the roof.
You look on the roof, and B-Rat is not on the roof.
Oh my gosh.
Don't any of you have sending?
I'm assuming,
I don't.
I'm assuming I take it.
I'm sorry?
Michael,
Yeah, I can talk to them.
I don't.
I
You're not really picking up your mic.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can barely hear Michael.
I hear you on somebody else's.
What time are they doing all this? by the way?
Now?
This
It was
is
like 8 a.m.
8:15, so you got another
Okay.
45 minutes of going to a couple more floors.
I assume you take exhaustion.
You take a point of exhaustion for sleeping on the rough ground in your armor.
Also, only 4 hours.
Mainly.
Alright.
the fact
I'll
that-
use sending to say, hey, Birad, we're trying to figure out what we want to do. Do you want to go kill the dragon or go to the other
Eventide.
place? Eventide.
B-Rad just as he steps
Where-
into a large bath area that has several large metal tubs arrayed in a circle around the room, and it's full of smoke and mist, and several girls scream as you step inside.
And scream. That's very important. Like, are they scared or are they like excited?
Surprised and scared.
That sucks.
Well,
Apologies. I'm just trying to find the battle stimulator.
Do you respond to me, Birad?
That's what he says to you.
I'll be I kind of either one with when there's fighting. Also, there's a thing called a dragon fang.
Isn't he limited to 25
B-Rod wants to
words?
fight you guys. He says either one so he can fight. So that's B-Rod's vote.
Okay. So what does everybody else want to do?
I assume you all gather at one of the tables and food is brought as well as drink. So
I want to go to Stale as soon as possible.
Okay,
Hey, dragon.
Narfred. Clarebold.
Dragon.
Poor.
What?
What do you want to do? Are we gonna go kill this dragon, or are we gonna go to Eventide?
What to do what Kalora wants to do?
Okay. I was gonna say Melody. Logan.
Let's go kill a dragon.
Okay. Tito.
Dragon baby.
Hezrian.
Dragon, I guess.
Lex.
Well,
Just say whatever comes to mind. Quick.
well, obviously it's Eventide, but it's irrelevant because I'm not going to Eventide by myself. So,
Zephyr.
I think Matar wants me to go to the dragon.
Okay. So it seems like everybody's saying dragon. Now, Lex, I'm giving you the floor if you have anything to convince us to go to Eventide instead.
Eventide is where we heard about the first night. Eventide is where we could have gone initially, where the tower is supposed to be the first time. There's a dragon over there too, in the mountains. There's just a few reasons why I'd go Eventide. Clarebold from there.
Dragons are not attacking the tower with like a ghostly dude.
That's my point as well.
And my question would be: is it more beneficial to go do that before we come back? Because I think we're gonna have to kill this black dragon either way.
Beep, beep, that.
Can always go to Eventide after.
I
Not a
want to
cl-
go to Eventide too, to be honest, but I also want to just get this dragon out of the way.
Technically, we have like all the time in the world because we're not in our time.
But do we? Because when we get back, everybody we know might be dead. So
Oh, I hope so.
Is time going
We
on as
could-
we're here right now? Is that what's
It
happening?
could be traveling faster in time, like every second.
Or is it slowed down?
well, the point is we have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm obviously going to go to the dragon with you guys, but Eventide's where I would go first.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But why there first? That's my question.
So Clarebold doesn't get killed.
Clarebold wants to go to the dragon.
But I know Clarebold wants to go to the dragon. But if majority rule was go to Eventide, where Clarebold's from, where the story takes place, where the tower takes place, we might have a key with him. But if he gets killed,
But if the story takes place as it is, we're right back here. We didn't change anything.
Also, he has not gotten hurt very bad at all.
He hasn't gotten scratched. To be fair, he did run away in the last fight, but
Well, I think he.
yeah, he's kind of a
tried to pet a
Pussy.
demon dog too.
wild card.
Oh.
he's a wild card. But I do think it is best to deal with this dragon first, since it is attacking the school, because we can't leave our elders to fight it by themselves.
DM, how many days has it been since that dragon attack?
Fuck.
I mean, like under a week, right?
No, it's been more than 3 days. Let me see if I
Really?
can figure it out real quick.
It's been like 5 or 6 days, because we were on like day 5 or 6 on like
Pretty
the
sure
job.
it's 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, but so like under a week.
Just under a week.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Lex, I completely agree with that logic. I don't want anything to happen to Clarebold either, but I also, I don't know.
Oh,
I
no,
want to kill a dragon.
I already said we're all go, like, it's fine, I'm going. But I'll just make sure Clarebold doesn't die. But I'm not going to die, so at least that'll happen.
I guess we need to go After breakfast, let the Aluhurad and Atio know our plan. So that we can
Yeah,
get
how do we
ready.
get there?
But they could teleport us or something.
Maybe a teleport, maybe a boat.
Maybe a
Teleport would
good
be
old
better though.
fashioned walk.
Maybe a car.
On the water?
Well, I could just turn I could use my spell that we make a bunch of big animals and we could ride like dolphins across the water.
Raise your hand if you're skilled in dolphin riding.
The court raises his hand.
I'm proficient in animal handling.
All right, so not all of us.
Okay,
Hopefully
well
we can
maybe
teleport.
something
I can handle
easier.
a boat. I can handle a boat.
I'm going
Okay.
to say I don't think we should take a boat or something over a large body of water that we know a dragon moves over.
Agreed. Hopefully they have teleportation.
Well, hopefully they'll point us in a direction. But is everybody ready to go? Like once we go tell them, and basically saying next session, like, are we starting out going, or is there anything else that we're going to need to handle before we leave?
We need to get our potions from Aluhurad. We need Clairbold and I need to go back to the Dwarven Quarter.
And me.
Oh, and apparently Notharin.
I'm gonna go too.
And Zephyr already said he'd go do the thing every morning with the priest. So.
Yeah. So we have
Yeah,
to.
I'll do that as well with Zephyr.
The only other thing would be I want to talk to a soldier before we leave.
So a lot.
So run those
Well, it's just one
errands. You can
thing.
probably get that done before lunch, and then go talk to the teachers, get that done, and then probably leave the next day or that night if we can teleport.
Yep.
Cool.
Your passive insight. I mean, Kalora. I mean, I say I'm ready to go.
You don't want to go. You want to read more books.
Wait, what are you inciting me on?
No, never mind.
Kalora's passive insight is 16.
I look tired as fuck.
I know that. I don't need to have passive insight to know that.
I mean, I don't know.
Vernon's really good at helping people who are tired or exhausted.
Cool.
All right.
Is that it?
So do we want to do our little missions tonight?
That's what we were going to do this next week.
I'm good till 10:30.
Yeah, I'm good to go till 10:30 if you want to go till 10:30.
Yeah,
Same.
that's fine.
Yeah, we can just get it done.
Pass out.
What?
Can I pass out while they're
Yeah, absolutely.
without my armor and get a full
Yeah.
long rest? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank God. Okay.
Okay, so Clairbold, Lex, and Narfrin, you guys are heading to the Dwarven Quarter?
Well, if we're
And
all
Zephyr
gonna-
and Hezrian.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of you guys. Right,
yeah,
right,
if we're
right.
gonna feed the kids, may as well teach them how to farm.
Well, it's a little late to feed the kids.
That's right.
You could meet up with him like partway down the route, if you guys remember, which I'll have you make a check for where he was at this time. But he left
Yeah.
at like 5 o'clock.
Shit, that's right. We fucked up. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Who wants to make a just a general intelligence check to remember? You would have had to be on the route with him once already.
Not
Yeah, I
me.
know, that's not me.
I'll let one of you make it with advance. Survival works too. That's allowed.
Ooh, I'm good with survival.
Well, did you come feed with us? Did you come help us last time?
Me?
No. It was
Oh.
me and Brad and Zephyr, right? It was just
So
us.
probably
Three of you said too, I
Zephyr.
think.
Okay. So I'll do survival.
Okay.
Survival's wisdom. That should be good for you.
Do I have advantage or no?
I'll say 2 people can roll, but you can't have advantage.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled 18.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'll
you
just-
remember the section of the Dwarven Quarter where he was at this time, and think you could probably get there in about 15 minutes. So adjusting for that, you should be able to catch up with him
Question,
somewhat
will we
later
pass
on.
the...
Temple.
You could if you wanted to add some more time to your journey, but if you want to go meet him, you'll be going southeast. The temple's a little bit more west.
Do we know if he took the cart when he goes by himself, usually?
Usually he didn't.
Okay, then I will run by the temple and grab the cart. And then try and catch up.
Okay, so it takes you guys probably around 30 minutes to go grab the cart and then pull it back to where you think he will be, but eventually somewhere around the mercantile quarter of the dwarven quarter at around 8:45, 8:50, you guys catch up with him. He's kind of handing out bread. He's got a backpack on that's full of bread, and he's got 2 sacks, one on each shoulder, and he's just kind of handing things out. He doesn't see you. His back is to you at the moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and start casting create food and water.
Okay.
What was his name? Did
Onto the cart.
Yosef.
Yosef. That's right. I'll yell out for him. Yosef.
He turns around and seeing you guys with the cart, you see a look of confusion on his face, and then just a big smile lights up his face. You all made it. Thank you for coming. I was worried you weren't going to join me today. I was worried you'd left.
We got a late start, so this is what we want to do one more time before we set out.
Quite all right. I'm glad you're here.
I have a question for you. Do you know about the I guess the farming that they do underneath the city? Are you aware of that? Or no?
Oh, of course. The underground farm.
Yeah. Is there anybody that kind of organizes it?
As far as I know, it's a joint community effort.
Okay. Are there any community leaders we could maybe talk to about that? That you know of?
1 second. He kneels down, and there's a small dwarven boy in front of him with just the very scraps and beginnings of a beard starting to patch in onto his face, dressed in rags with pretty shoes that are too big for him, have a couple holes. Whispers to him for a moment or two. Yes. All right. Stands back up, and the little boy runs off down the street. He should grab someone for you. It'll just be a moment. Did you bring any food?
Oh yeah,
I'm running low on soup, and
Zephyr filled the cart up for you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You can see he's just
pretty amazing.
overjoyed.
As we're doing this as well, I want to look out for anybody from the Thieves Guild, or Gisela in particular.
Sure. Make a perception check.
13.
Looking around, you've seen her on rooftops before, so looking around, especially paying attention to the rooftops and then alleys and stuff like that. Don't see her.
Okay.
As you guys continue handing food on this street corner, eventually the boy returns with a larger dwarven man in tow, dressed slightly nicer. It's still like he's still got pretty scrappy, crappy clothes on. He's got dirt up to his ankles, and he's walking with a walking stick that looks to be a almost like a broken shovel handle that he's kind of using as a walking stick. He comes up to the man or Yosef, and Yosef kind of gestures you over to speak with him. Clarable, this is Throwin. He's one of the leaders in the farmland underground.
Well, Throwin, pleasure to meet you.
Kind of puts his fist on his chest. You as well.
Just a couple quick questions for you. What experience do you have with farming techniques?
The dwarves have been growing food underground for millennia.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's sufficient enough?
There's no good farmland around other than underground.
Would I have noticed good farmland considering what I've read?
In the city,
Well, like right outside the city, especially when I went outside and buried the bodies over there. I mean, not don't farm there, but you know.
No, it's not very good ground around here. You'll remember that it's right on a beach, and there's also no forests around. Nothing really grows in this area.
Yeah, I didn't know if there's like grassland though.
Yeah, it's very like scrubby grassland, not really good crop soil.
Gotcha. Okay.
Why?
My friend here, she gained some knowledge on some farming techniques. I don't know if you have tried rotation, right, to increase your output. And, use your land more efficiently that you have, since that's really all you have is what's underneath the city.
There are plots that we haven't been able to use.
She was telling me something. I'm not very smart, right? And she's got more knowledge on it, so maybe she could explain it a little bit better. About thinking maybe she could help you use that land that's currently not usable.
I mean, I'll listen.
Well, we can't really use the land that's around.
Well,
right.
All right, hold on, not in character. Right, so it was are we thinking that they have land underneath that's not usable anymore because they basically took all the nutrients from it, right? They over farmed it. That's kind of what
Possibility.
I was thinking.
You don't really know, but that's
Yeah,
a
I don't
possibility.
really know. So that's what I was thinking, just from what Lex learned, plus how Brad was describing it. So that was my thoughts. I didn't know if anybody else had that thought. But
I mean, I might have as Lex, but I didn't have that thought.
oh, that's what I was thinking personally.
So what ideas do you have? What'd you learn?
Well, basically, one of the things you want to do, you want to plant your, vegetables and stuff like that have higher nitrogen first, and then later on switch that with the ones that have like a lower side of it. So that way, the nitrogen kind of seeps into the soil and is able to, I guess, help go into the ones that have lesser nitrogen.
Okay, I'll just say you spent some time explaining what you learned from the book to Thorib. And a few things that you learned, they're already doing. But you are able to give him some additional knowledge and maybe some ideas that are less used in dwarven communities because they farm underground and so are thus less affected by the seasons than the races who form on the surface. But he eventually thanks you and says he'll try a few of the ideas that you have, particularly some of the things like tilling the cast-off fruit and veg that wouldn't be good to eat, that's maybe rotten, tilling that into the soil that's not usable and the hopes of replenishing its nutrients and things like that.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's all I know. I'm not really a plant person other than that.
We appreciate the help. We'll give it a shot.
No problem. See? And then I turned to Clairbold. Look, got some advice. Well, gave them some advice, but you know.
He shakes Yosef's hand and then walks back towards where he came from.
Yeah, that was very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure it will help them, and they'll appreciate it a lot too.
Gotta learn how to survive on their own.
Hey, did you guys I really genuinely don't remember because it's been weeks, but did you guys talk about the fact that you were feeding children and like the farming openly?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I just know that Jamie, Clairbold and Narfrin said it right in front of me. I was like, okay, I'll go.
And then
I need to talk to Narfrin, obviously, about the fire resistance.
it had probably come about when Jamie and Tio were having like their spat, I would think. Like why they would have been over there and everything and all that stuff. right? Maybe.
Yeah, I
Pretty
wouldn't
sure
have
it was
known about
talked
it
about.
prior to this.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because if you guys want to, I'm not with you, and I'm not going to retcon and say that I am with you, but if you want to tell me more about this when you come back, I might have another solution.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
Fuck.
yeah. Basically, Jamie, if you tell me I can go spend the rest of today enriching the land where they are growing, and any plants in their half-mile radius become enriched for 1 year, and the plants yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested.
Jeez.
That's pretty fucking good.
So, if we want to just go ahead and say I do
Yo,
that.
get us some shrooms.
What?
Because they're gonna get double the shrooms, so you could be like, "Hey, can I get some?" And so we could try them.
Andrew, are you high?
So,
Yes. Yes,
like,
he is.
His first thought is, "Yo, get some shrooms."
Yeah.
no, because they had so many mushrooms. Oh my god.
No, I like the idea of
because
them
you
coming
hadn't
back
said anything in
and
a
then
long
telling
time.
you about it.
Yeah, then me being like, "Oh, I could do that right now."
And then all of their efforts have kind of been like useless because you can fix it in like 1 second.
Well, 8 hours.
not
It takes 8
true.
hours for me to cast.
That shows
It's a
that
big spell.
we took,
The effort.
we put the right foot forward.
No,
Thank you,
I love
Jamie.
it. I love it. It's fantastic.
You'd have a day in our Thursday night campaign.
You just didn't think to ask the plant person.
The
in
druid.
group.
That's true.
I like
And
that.
Narverin.
No, that's
To
very
be
Lex
honest-
and Clarable.
Narverin
That
is
is very
quite
Lex and Clarable.
Well, to be honest, like the whole time Lex was like doing
We're
farming,
gonna do it ourselves.
I wasn't like putting it together what she was doing either. So I was just like, why is Lex learning about farming?
That's amazing. All right. No, it's just natural for you because you're like, of course everybody wants to know about farming.
I'm like, Freddie knows about plants. Okay, so DM, when they get back, they tell me what they do, and then I go spend the next 8 hours casting the spell. I'll have them.
Actually do want them to roleplay telling you, but
Okay,
let's finish this out first.
got it.
So you guys I assume after that you're going to spend the rest of the time. The next about I think hour is how long it took to finish feeding the poor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you have a lot of surplus as well. So what are you doing with that?
Leaving it with him at the temple. Just if anyone comes by through the day, they can eat it. But the water is good until like it goes stale, but the food will be bad in 24 hours. So anyone who wants to eat today, make sure they eat.
I'll have the congregation come by. We'll have a feast.
Do it. That sounds cool.
Sounds great.
Fantastic. I can't help you guys. I can't thank you enough for all your help, all of you. I'm beside myself. May Ilmater's blessings go with you. Can I expect you tomorrow?
I think we're going out of town.
We're leaving the city. Hopefully we'll be back. We expect to be back.
Will you?
Unless we die.
Will you be in danger then?
Exit strategy.
Yes.
Would you mind terribly if I prayed for you? Now.
No, that would be great.
By all means.
Please do.
Tito,
you're not
So
in there, are you?
they're
You're
there.
not with us.
There. Yosef begins to pray for you. Speaking of the compassion of Ilmater and his willingness to accept suffering for those that follow him and do good deeds in his name. He prays for probably around 5 minutes, and out of a concealed pocket under his shirt, he pulls out a small flail, and at the culmination of his prayer, takes it and whips the crap out of his back, and just you hear a crack and a tear of flesh as he connects. And as he closes his eyes, he's got almost a look of rapture on his face as he opens his eyes.
That's like PTSD for me.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be pretty. You can make a wisdom save if you feel like you need to.
No, I'm just gonna be like shock. Like
Okay. Throughout the prayer, he was also talking about taking a part of your suffering for himself as well, in the spirit of Ilmater. As he opens his eyes, you all feel a warmth kind of creep through your veins. You can all take a point of inspiration for Ilmater's blessing.
Let's go.
Gang, gang.
gang, gang.
I want to before we leave him for the day, I want to do one last thing with Yosef. I'll take out my longsword that I've been using, and I attach the magic pommel to, right, from the mages.
Yep.
And I'll unscrew the pommel. It looks odd, and I'll give it to Yosef. I'll say, keep this in the temple. I should be returning, but if I don't, take it over to the Mages College for me, and tell them it's from me, and they should be able to help you with food and water for the starving.
You're gonna make it out, Clarabelle.
It's like a symbol of my power and my struggles working with them, right? So just hold on.
I understand. It will be kept safe for your imminent return, Clarabelle.
I appreciate that.
I thank you all again, and I truly hope to meet each of you again someday.
Right back at you.
He kind of bows and then walks back into the temple. Okay,
kind of
what was the other group? Or do you guys want to talk about that? What just happened?
Did he really have to like hit himself that hard, Clarabelle?
That shit was kind of weird, but I'm feeling blessed.
That's how it works with Ilmater. It's about self-sacrifice for yourself.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
So it's an honor for him and it's an honor for us.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say anything like, or I really wanted to heal him, but then I was like, wait, he probably won't want me to heal him.
That might offend him.
Yeah, so I didn't, but it was hard.
Inspiration revoked.
Keep mine.
So he hurts himself for his god?
Not for his god, but for us. Does that make sense?
To take on our pain.
It's because
So to
like
speak.
you can't like just get rid of all the pain. Somebody's got to feel it.
So he hurts himself. If
Hoping
we're
that
hurt.
hoping
to
that
take
we
suffering
may
away from us, that we don't have it later.
So I get hurt, then he gets hurt.
No, he hurts himself, so you get hurt less.
Yeah. So hopefully you don't.
So somebody still has to take the blow.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yep.
Clarabelle, you know also that it's not just magic or a gift. It's also just a symbolic gesture for saying that I'm willing to take on your pain. I am doing this as a both for Ilmater's blessing and as a symbolic representation of my willingness to sacrifice for you. So it's not just magic, and it's not a guarantee of anything. Essentially, it's a gesture of extreme kindness and willingness to self-sacrifice, and also devotion in a way.
Yeah, like Matt said.
Like God said just now.
Yes.
In your head.
I explained that, but slightly less wise.
I don't have a god. This shit's too complicated. It makes me think too much.
Gods do make things way more complicated. This is true.
You think so?
No, I know so.
Not in my experience.
I feel like it's very easy and very clear for me.
You
I
mean
guess.
Onatar, Earth Mother, Ilmater, Bahamut all have different things that they do, and they each help different people, and how you're supposed to know that they're your people, and like no, I can't get into that. That's just a lot for me.
Save yourself some headache.
Yeah.
That hard?
It all depends on who you choose.
You're pretty chill with.
You could get a very chill god, or you could get one that's terrible. You never know.
Well, I mean, it is your choice.
Sometimes you don't have a choice, but it's okay.
I feel like you always have a choice.
Yeah, I choose not to have one.
I had choices.
True. You made the right one, though.
Sir,
No offense.
it is what it is.
As Zafir would have said that, I would kind of just get like this like far away look in my eyes, and I would probably start walking towards the Parliament building off of that. To go find Aluhurad and Atior, right? That's what we're doing next. Cool.
Oh, is that okay? That's the next move. Yeah. Okay.
I
You
know
guys
we
are all
want to get
just-
back to Kalora, but
It was yeah. I know. It was like I feel like we had like 5 things to do. This is like number. Oh, I guess that was most of them all in one.
So in the meantime, while you guys are
Hezri
doing
and I
this,
still have to go to the temple after that.
yeah. So are you going to? You guys are going to Parliament first? All
Then
of you?
I'll go to
without grabbing your
Mightside.
friends.
I'll go to Mightside to grab friends. Sorry.
No, after we finished feeding the hungry, I probably would have gone straight to Temple of Onatar.
Okay. So Hezri and you're going with him, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys begin making your way towards the Temple of Onatar, and the rest of you go back to the Mightside Inn.
Mhm.
Okay. So while they were gone feeding the hungry, Vrad, you arrived back at the Mightside Inn, where Kalora, Logan, and Tito, and Core are all still sitting around finishing the scraps of breakfast. Oh, Tito or Core's sleeping. Never mind. Just the 3. Vrad
When
walks in.
When I see B-Rad, I do the like grandmother thing. I'm like hit him with my slipper and be like, "Where weren't you?"
Well, I was reading for a little bit, and then I
All
went.
night?
Well, that was only until like 2, and then I went and hit all the buttons and the thing that goes whoosh.
You hit all the buttons?
Well, at least the first 40.
That sounds like something I would have done, but I didn't.
Yeah. I really want to go get the rest of them, but there was a voice in my head, and I think it was Zafir.
Zafir?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he asked me a question. So I figured you guys were having a discussion, and I figured by the time I got back, you'd still be talking about what you're going to do instead of actually doing it. So
No, actually, for once, we landed on that pretty quickly. I think a few people are out like visiting their gods and stuff. I did that all day yesterday, so I'm good. I checked in. But Core's sleeping, and then I think once everybody gets back, we're gonna go talk to Veronin and Aluhurad and Atayor and let them know that we're heading off to Stale.
okay.
But don't stay out like that all night.
It's fine. I
Well,
don't like just standing there, not doing anything while you guys are all,
well,
not
B-Rad, you know
alive.
you don't have to sleep on the roof all the time. You can sleep inside where people
Yeah,
have conversations before they go to bed.
But then I just gotta stand there and watch you all lay down, and it's just weird. Because I'm just
No, you can have
watching
a
you guys
conversation with
sleep.
somebody before they go to lay down.
But then they lay down, and then they go to sleep, and then I'm just standing there looking at them, wondering if they're awake or they're asleep.
Okay. Do you never get tired?
No,
That's weird.
it is.
Did you
But,
learn anything good?
well, let's see. I learned about where I come from, I learned about.
There I go.
I have to expect him to say how babies are made.
And then I read a book about. It was like a journal about weapons that kill dragons very well, and that was like something about a dragon fang. It was like a sword made out of a dragon's fang.
Wow, you
I
did
don't
a
know-
lot of reading. I never
don't
knew
know
you
where
to
it
be
is.
such a scholar.
Well, it gives me something to do. So it's a lot better than staring at people sleeping. Oh, and then I don't know if I don't know. Lex was looking for like a book on like plants or something.
Plants?
Yeah,
Why didn't you just ask me?
I don't know. That's why I was like,
I'm kind of like plant girl.
she probably could have asked you. She
Do you
was
know that
looking
I
up
can make
something with-
plants grow?
No, I didn't know that.
I can.
Like out of your
I can also
fingers?
talk to them. Yeah, I can do that. I can make them grow out of the ground. I can talk to them. I can even sometimes ask them to do me favors.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I can talk to them too, but they don't really talk back or do anything.
I
They
might
just-
be able to make you be able to talk to plants.
Really, that'd be cool.
I'll look into that.
Okay. Yeah, but I think
Baby,
Lex
you're
wants,
muted.
I know.
Lex wants to learn more about you and your people thingies or something.
She wants
How
to learn about me.
I think she's trying to like connect with you
Oh,
on an emotional level. I don't know.
That's
I
so
wouldn't know anything
sweet.
about that.
As you guys are finishing this discussion, the rest of the group walk in, minus Zafir and Hezrian.
once I see her, I say, Lex, if you just wanted to know more about me, I could have told you. I could teach you.
What do you mean?
Brad said that you were looking for info about me and plants.
In plants.
Okay, so let's start off with your source of information.
Me and plants.
Yeah.
Be rad. Secondly,
Yeah.
He's not a great source.
I don't know. He read a lot of books last night. I just assumed that he got smarter.
I didn't know he could read.
Wikipedia.
Neither did I, to be honest.
So he gets a god now and he can read. Cool. So
That would be a pretty cool thing for a god to give, let's be honest. But yeah, if you wanted to learn about me, you could have just asked me. I can tell you
No.
all about my family.
I'm pretty sure you have told me. Secondly, I was looking up gardening and farming for the dwarven quarter because, you know, they're starving and things are not growing properly in their little farm area under the ground.
Well, if they're starving and they needed plants, why didn't you just tell me? I can make that happen right now.
What do you mean?
I can make their crops grow.
Look at Clairbold.
What do you mean grow?
I mean, like, so I know this spell that basically I just have to concentrate really, 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 really hard. Don't you remember? I did it before. You remember when we first got out of the tower and we went to that little farmhouse right on the edge?
Oh, yeah.
And I made his crops grow for like a year?
No.
Yep. For letting
Yep,
us
that happened.
stay in his like windmill granary or whatever.
Remember we stayed in his windmill? Yep.
See, I was out back. I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, because you were going to try and kill him, I think.
No, I wasn't going to kill him.
Well, you like sneaked ahead
I
to like
didn't know-
see if he was good or bad.
Fair
then he
assessment.
was
We
just
were
a farmer.
trespassing on somebody's property.
Well, anyway, I can do that. Do you need me to do that? Why are people starving?
Because the plants aren't growing sufficiently. I don't know that. I learned it all one night. Okay.
Capitalism. That's
You spent
why.
4 hours reading a book about farming. And I could have just taken care of this for you.
You know, I did talk to Narfarin and he knows his stuff about plants, and he knew shit.
Yeah, but this is one of those spells that is kind of like only once you reach a certain echelon of druid capabilities. So
So I
he's not
don't.
quite there yet.
Also, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about plants. That's not what I want to do with being a druid.
That's
It's not my focus.
But you're like a wood creature, aren't you?
What?
What the fuck did you just say?
You like grew up in the woods.
Aren't you just a little
Well,
air
she's kind
creature
of
that just
racist.
floats around everywhere?
Yes.
I heard you talking
Oh,
about how
wait,
you
wait, wait,
kill
wait,
all
wait,
fire
wait.
genasi earlier with Claribolt. I heard it.
The one, not all fire genasi. I wasn't gonna kill
Okay.
them all. I've told you
Okay,
that.
okay. We're getting off
Oh,
topic.
don't worry. I'll just go be my wood creature somewhere else.
Norfrin, stop it. Lex, stop it. You two have to be nice.
You
We are
racist.
nice.
She racist.
I'm picturing Caloris like
Cancel
jumping up and down
her.
in between them right now. Okay, I'll go take care of the crops. Where do they grow? I didn't see any crops outside of the city.
They're
Yeah, that's the
underground.
problem.
Oh, they're underground?
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to go in like the dwarven quarters. There's like these little huts, and
Okay.
they're like super small. You can't miss them. Well, actually, you can miss them.
Have you guys seen the crops?
No.
I did, and I don't really know anything about crops. I mean, there was
Okay. Well, all I need is somebody to take me there.
okay. Well, I guess I remember how to get there.
Jamie, would your friend at the temple know where they are? Jamie. Claribolt.
Yeah, he might know somebody who can help us out.
Okay.
I already forgot his name.
Yosef.
Not Yosef, the dwarf from there. He was like
Orib.
one of the community leaders. Yeah. That guy.
Orib.
Yeah, well, if you just take me to him, I can take care of this. It'll take me 8 hours, so you guys will have to talk to everybody else, and we'll have to leave for sail tomorrow, but I can do it.
That's fair, because Core needs to sleep.
Only for like another 2 hours.
I don't really want to leave at night anyway.
They may be able to teleport us. Who knows? Who knows? Don't know. No ins, no outs yet.
Yeah.
We could do that. I mean, why don't we talk to the elders first? I mean, you could do it when we get back and not have to, you know.
Well, so here's the thing. You know, we're gonna go fight a dragon. I'd rather get this done before, just in case he's.
Okay.
I'm
Just in
small.
case.
Dragons are big.
You'll be fine.
Well, while they're
Sure.
talking, I'll go up to Lex and whisper to her that I know she's not racist. And
I was gonna say I don't want to
and
be a
it's-
dick.
it's just I'll whisper to her that it's just fun to get them all riled up. I know she's not racist.
To be fair, I don't know if I am or not. It's not like on purpose.
Oh
I just
my
don't think
god!
I don't think I'm.
What the fuck?
No, I'm not racist, but I'm just like, I'm kind of naive. And
You just state the facts as they are and not realize
She's like, well, you are.
the implications behind it.
yeah, I'm telling him, like, yeah, just so you're aware, like, if I do this in the future, like, I'm naive to a lot of this. Only kind of been more grown up and wise on the surface for about like 6 years. So, yeah.
That's okay. We'll be patient.
So if I ever call you a woodland creature again, it's just because I know that you grew up in a forest or something like that.
Just don't call me a woodland creature ever.
That's
and I won't call you a cloud, okay?
You call me a cloud.
I don't want to. It's degrading.
Is it?
I don't know.
They're powerful when they turn into storms.
Yeah. Just not
It's all
gonna call
about-
you that.
It's about perception. But yeah, I won't call you a woodland creature. I'll just call you Northrin or something of that nature. Now that I know you have a last name, so that's weird.
You just call me Narfrin. That's a good name.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so DM, I have Claribold or B-Rad take me to the Temple of Ilmater and then get in contact with the dwarves.
Well, B-Rad could take you directly to the farm.
I know, but I kind of want to let Ilmater, what's going on, let him know. so he can know that they'll have some more food coming soon.
Clarabald,
Yes.
do you mind taking her to the temple?
Oh, not at all. Let's go.
Okay, I got some unfinished business at the tower.
You're gonna go press more buttons, are you?
Do you really? What do
Yeah,
you got?
I only got up to 40. There's like 100 and something floors.
Oh.
And if we're not doing anything exciting, I would much rather do that.
What are you
does that-
looking for, if you don't mind me asking?
Me? What am I looking for?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the battle stimulator.
The
But
battle.
also, I want to see what else is in the tower because it seems pretty cool.
Stimulator?
Yeah.
Did you just say stimulator?
He
Yeah.
meant simulator.
No, I'm pretty sure it's called stimulator. That's what.
No.
Yeah, that's what I vaguely remember hearing that when I was a wee little lad.
Hey, do you want to know
Okay.
something, B-Rad?
What?
I have keen mind, so I remember a lot of shit.
Okay, well maybe some people aren't as smart as you. Okay.
Oh, Brad, she's just trying to help. It's called the simulator, and I'm sure that you will find it. Just maybe
Okay.
don't call it a stimulator.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Have you thought of asking someone?
Well, the thing is, most people were asleep, so
Oh.
I also wanted to see what else was in the tower because there's 100 floors, so there's got to be at least 100 different things, or at least 52.
Okay.
Good logic.
Can't argue that. Cannot argue that.
Plus, if I can just be like, I know where everything is, and then if you guys are like, oh, what is on this floor? And then I'm just like, oh, it's this thing. Because I couldn't read what the numbers are, the little weird thingies. I couldn't read what those were. So
Okay.
if you just hit the button, then I can just be like, that one goes to this place, and this one goes to that place. It's like a puzzle for your mind.
A puzzle for your mind. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, in that case, I will say that you guys go to Yosef, and he puts you in touch with Thorib again. Both completely overjoyed that this is possible. And Golora begins the process of casting her spell deep underground in the city of Mightside, while the rest of you either head to the Temple of Onatar or to the Parliament building where you hope to find the Enclave. And that is where we will leave tonight, with the hopes that we get out of Mightside next week.
Until the dragon comes and kills us all.
The rest of the campaign is in my side.
Yep. I'm just never going to have cities again. It's just going to be like, it's just a
No.
lone farmhouse.
Just stop having interesting cities.
I know, I'm sorry.
Just don't put libraries that have infinite amounts of knowledge.
Yes.
Infinite amounts of knowledge that you come up with.
Or just like
right on the fly.
That only
to
certain people can get
your
into.
gods.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had a temple to my god.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't find
dangerous.
shit for it in our time.
Man,
All
good
right,
to see
next
all
city
you
will
guys
be
again,
super boring. I promise.
By the way.
sounds good.
Better
You
be.
mean
Nothing but
no
taverns
city?
and
Sounds,
witches.
I've already written the city,
that sounds
so
like challenge accepted, Matt.
I've already written it.
Just take out more of the buildings. Just like keep 3.
Oh,
Hey,
that,
what's your
okay,
name,
I'll try my
Steve?
best.
What's his name? Steve. What do you guys do?
Joe Bob?
Steve.
I love Joe Bob. He's my bestie.
Hey, dude, I met Bardock.
Yeah.
What?
Met Bardock.
Somehow Bardock, maybe that's canon. Maybe
No,
maybe
Bardock.
Austin's campaign actually takes place in the world of Mightside, and Bardock eventually left the adventuring group and ended up as a town guard in Mightside.
Maybe.
That's
Yes.
something you should pitch to him.
Some serious information gathering.
I just can't wait to see all the plants come to life now that I did 4 hours of research on them.
I know. I was like, you really read a book for 4 hours?
Really good research too.
That was
Yeah,
Natural
not 20.
20.
Not 20 research.
the thought that counts.
Hey, now when you go home back to your mundane life after you kill the guy you need to kill, you could farm all you want.
I don't think it's gonna be mundane.
I'm saying like this is 30 years down the line when you know.
When you and Zafir have tiny little hatchlings.
Exactly.
Lex and Zephyr? No.
I don't know. There's some of that
Is
weird,
anyone
you know.
actually shipping?
Really
No.
Yeah. I think Lex has the most chemistry, probably with Logan.
Hey.
Logan's asleep.
And she's asleep.
I know,
Is she
that's
really?
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I ship Core and Kalora.
Cora and Kalora?
Corin.
Aww.
Laura. Cora.
Cora.
Cora, nice.
I should have B-Rat and Gisela.
Oh yeah.
Same.
No,
Everybody
Claire
does.
Bold and
I should
Gisela.
Claire Bold and
I ship
Gisela.
It's a love triangle.
hard.
Age, I think if Core was going to go for anybody in BK, it'd probably be Zafir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody ships
Okay.
Hezrian and Zafir, so.
Oh, okay, they're the best bromance in this whole thing. Like, bromance, Hezrian supports Zafir at every move.
Or it's just barbaric. He's just like,
And then Core and B-Rad. That's a good
like anything that's attractive.
Core and B-Rat, that works.
ship.
I don't have feelings.
Not actually canon. That's not true. Just so you guys know.
What? And Core's got a wife. There's that as well.
Yeah, we're like fought for love.
You know that shit.
Yeah, but then went into a tower and abandoned her.
Yeah,
She might be dead when
Wow,
we get
holy
back.
Fuck.
Oh,
What the fuck, guys?
Oh,
I don't like this. The
Just so you guys know, Kalora has a very real fear that when we get out of this tower, that everybody she knows and loves are going to be dead.
Yeah, my
Gone.
next
getting out.
character is going to be very like selfish and not about
What?
What?
I didn't hear you.
me.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
I said my next character is going to be like probably very selfish and not about anybody else. But maybe.
That's going to be good for the group chemistry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, whatever works for you guys, but I have no morals.
All right, guys, I got another session at 10 a.m., so I'm going to say
Sounds
goodbye.
good.
Oh, you
Alright,
mean we're
see
starting
you
at 10 tomorrow?
guys.
Okay, I see you.
No, we're not.
So excited.
See y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Leave.